Hello and welcome back to Our Yard Podcast. I know it's been a very long time. Many things have happened, many things have changed. The seasons is one of those things. We've been through two seasons since the last episode. And finally joining back with us is That's Kenny. Because believe it or not, we are about to do another music episode for the first time in like damn near a fucking year. Welcome to 2002, you stupid bitch. I'm Swaggy T, joined alongside That's Kenny, and last but not least, the lovely Hogmaster.
Hey
Looking a
ladies,
lot like Brett right now.
Hey ladies, you got any nudes I can buy?
They might got some feet pics for you.
My favorite. Hey, you ever listen? You ever listen to Morgan Wallen?
God damn.
Never have.
Well, he's on my
How y'all gentlemen doing?
Do
All
what?
right, yo.
So how y'all gentlemen doing, man? It's been two seasons, like a bad show. You know, they gave us, we back.
Yeah, they
no,
tried to cancel us.
But like a bad sitcom, we back. Fall time.
that's right. Oh fuck, it's like Rosanna all over again.
No,
Oh
fuck.
God, no. Oh
Yeah.
fuck.
Speaking of things past their prime,
Right.
I've been doing all right. I've been sitting here fucking if you ain't zinning, you ain't winning. I'm drinking my redacted because Lord forbid this blows up and then when I start getting like copyright issues. But no, we are talking about the year of 2002. We have all brought three albums to the table, as well as some that didn't quite make the cut that we will give some love as well. And in typical Our Yard fashion, we're going to let old Harley go first with his third favorite album of 2002.
All right, so we're just gonna be. I'm coming off like just straight heat. I mean, all three albums I picked were just. I think all of them are kind of iconic in a sense. They really are. I mean, but we're gonna go first. We're gonna start off with number three, songs about Jane, the debut album from Maroon 5. That's one of them. Listen, that's an album that people were like, oh, I don't like Maroon 5 or whatever, but I like the first album. I like the first whatever, like everybody just loves, like they just love that out. Which I mean, you listen to it and it's like, yeah, I understand. Plus, I don't know, like growing up in the late '90s and early 2000s, when you listen to that album, it's like, holy shit. Like it kind of takes you down memory lane because there's like 4 or 5 hits off that album.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're like mega hits, like
Yeah, not just like running the mill hits, like stuff that was like peaked at number 30 or something. No, we're talking about like
number one hits. Like,
yeah.
Like global.
I remember these songs like instantly. I'm like, oh, this is that song. Like it's one of those albums,
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And it's like, but like to open that album opening up with This Love, like I mean that's tough, brother. Like that's just a tough song to open up with. Like them down, like the drum intro for me, I love like the little like the snare feel that he does. Old dude just fucking down, man. But the like This Love, no, ain't that?
This
No,
Love is song
harder
two.
to
Harder to
breathe.
Breathe
Fuck.
opens up the
Harder to
album.
breathe. Why the fuck am I? Anyways, I guess I should look at shit. But harder to breathe. Yeah, dude, that song's just so good to open up with. And like the album order, like the order of the album itself is very. It seemed like it was very planned out.
Yeah,
everything just flows. Yeah, like very methodical because like everything just kind of flows together. Like you open up, like harder to breathe, and then This Love, and then you got Shiver, which is and this album. The one thing I will say about this first Maroon 5 album is the songs that didn't make it on the radio. Like as great as the songs are that made the radio and you can still listen to, the deep cuts and B sides to this album are like 10 times fucking better. Like this album does not fucking stop. Like the whole, like from top to bottom, it is just like it just it just takes you over. I mean, it's just wide open the whole time. It's like, dude, what the fuck? And like, I don't know, I was thinking about one time, like Jax told me, my sibling, Jax was like, I gotta know. It's like I need to have the pussy, or well, it's like I need to have the pussy that Jane had on Maroon 5 for them to write this first album. It's like cause they had, it's like they had Jane had them down bad. I'm like, for real. Like
bro.
Adam Levine was doing some.
Shouts out to Jane, bro. Like she made a hit, bro. She made like look at Adam Levine, man. All that's because of Jane. Shouts out to Jane.
R.I.P. Jane Goodall. She just died like 2 days ago. I hope this like.
Oh, R.I.P. Jane Goodall.
You talk about gorilla grip, and it all comes back around.
But,
What the hell?
so like you got Shiver, and then you go into probably my favorite hit of theirs, like of all their hits of all time, probably like She Will Be Loved. I mean, what a classic, what an iconic song.
Oh yeah.
And then you got, then it goes into Tangled. Like this right here, like you could start your three like the 3 song run right here, like Tangled, The Sun, and Must Get Out.
The Sun is my favorite track on the album.
Oh yeah,
it's an absolute fucking banger.
Likewise. Likewise.
But I mean, overall, like I'll let you guys give your feedback, and it's just like I'll just say this: like the whole thing is just like it really is close to a perfect album you can get for like whatever genre you want to put it in, like. Because people like to separate shit, but really, if you're just talking about a banger of an album, like it's hard for this to not make like a top 20 list.
Mm-hmm.
Top 30. Like I mean, it's just like everything about it's just so damn classic. It's just wonderful. But I will say, it just I don't know. Everything's just fucking like it is. It's close to a perfect album as you can get. And I will say, I listened like going back and listening to it. Like the song, I think it's the third to last song. But Through With You, motherfucker, what a banger that song is. Dude. I'm telling you, it was like every time I listen to that album, I'm just like, damn. Like there's something else that I need to revisit. I was like, damn, I'm glad I'm here listening to it.
Yeah, it's I never thought about listening to the Maroon 5 album that all the hits were on, but like I'm glad I did, through this podcast and through Harley choosing it. Because this album's a banger, man. Like for real. Do we keep all right? Yeah, this song's a banger. This album's a banger, man. Like the Sun is also my favorite track. But for my 3-song run, I have The Sun, Must Get Out, and Sunday Morning, because Sunday Morning is just like fucking yeah. I gave this album. I said the only note I had about it, like as like a type note, is like the first half is stronger than the last half to me, but it wasn't really even like a strong critique of it. It was just a little,
Yeah.
And then I gave this a 9 out of 10 personally.
Yeah, no, I agree with both of y'all's takes on this. For it to be Maroon 5's first, it is their debut album, right? Yeah. So with it being that, it makes a hell of a lot of sense why they remained as relevant as they have in the music industry. Because, like, to me, their later stuff, I'm not a huge fan of. Like, when they got super, super poppy, like the Moves Like Jagger era and on from there, I'm not a huge fan of that. But, like, this album, it's beautiful front to back. Even the bonus tracks, which I listened to a few of them, like Ragdoll and other stuff like that. And I'd like my 3-song run personally. I'm stuck between She Will Be Loved, Tangled in the Sun, or The Sun, Must Get Out, and Sunday Morning. But really, the whole album front to back is just very well put together. The flow of the album is immaculate. And I'm not just the biggest fan of like this kind of music, but for it being this kind of music, I could sit down and listen to this album any day of the week. I gave it a 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm with you, Trevor, because it's just necessarily like the poppy rock, like pop rock, like poppiest based music is not my forte, but like there's just something about this album, dude. Like
it's undeniably good, no matter what genre it is. It could have been what it could have been something completely different, and still just the power that they had on this album was just it's
They're everywhere.
beautiful, beautiful fucking album,
And
truly.
even like I remember like in 05, they still had like 3 or 4 of these songs that were still like charting and like charting high on the high enough to be like in regular rotation on radio stations in Memphis.
Oh yeah.
And like
Mhm.
there's something to be said for that because I mean I kind of remember 2002. I don't know about y'all, but like I definitely remember like 04 through 07. These songs were still just every
Dude,
third song you're gonna hear it on the radio. You're
yeah.
gonna hear it on the radio at least once per night at least.
Hmm.
And like, what's crazy is like they didn't even put out another album till 07.
I
But when
believe
we
it.
get to that, when we get to 2007, like I'm already gonna spoil it. Like that's gonna be on there for me. That second
Hmm.
album as oh shit. The name of the album is kind of weird. It's like as long as you'll let I don't know. It's just something like it's a long ass name. It doesn't really have much to go. Like when you hear it, you're like, that's a weird title. But then you listen to the album,
It won't be
and
soon before long.
yeah, it won't be soon before long. And then you like when you listen to the album, there's like a conceptual structure to the whole basis of the name. There's like that the second Maroon 5 album, like I don't think they'll ever put out an album that will hang up with songs about James, like as far as being on that same level, like what they brought to the table. But I will say, like that second album is a bad close. Like it really is. Like it's a banger. But we'll get to that when we get to 2007.
Excited to
Yeah,
listen to it, but
but I will. I'll go. I had to. This album, yeah, I had to give it a 9 out of 10. Like Kenny, it's just
Well,
undeniable. Like okay, let's do this. Like I guess we could do like a one word, like of our album, like our picks. We can just like have a one word, to describe like I guess how we felt about it. But
all
like
right.
that out, like if we do that, like that album to me, like I just have to say undeniable. That's the best way I could just like to put it in one word. How
yeah,
that album is.
agreed.
Hell yeah. All right, now Kenny's turn for his third favorite album of 2002.
All right. So for 2002, I'm gonna be giving my last love letter to somebody we all know and love, and we admire and criticize for being too harsh and too critical of celebrities. We're gonna talk about my guy, my family member, Marshall Mathers, with the Eminem Show, and this
Mm.
is the end of the iconic 3 albums to start off Eminem's career. I like to, we're all as more than casual rap fans, we know about Infinite, so we know that it's really a 4 album run. But some people would include Encore. But these 3 are undeniably just his 3 classics. This is what makes Eminem a hip hop legend. All right, so the Elder Scrolls.
Hell yeah,
Shout
when
out to
Eminem was on
acronyms.
the was Eminem when Eminem was in Skyrim, bro. That was
Uh,
probably my favorite run of Eminem, dude. He fucking hit the
our,
Fudro doll and fucking whatever is what's his fucking not Gambino.
Benzino, yeah, he
Yeah,
fucking
Ben.
Fujo Rob Benzino and shit, like yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Shouts out to all Eminem having plenty magica to get through this album. All right, no, the Eminem Show, man, which is also acronym is TES, so we in there. Yeah, it starts out with white America and man, what a way to describe the United States. That about does it,
Yeah.
Um, I go to TRL, look how many hugs I get, basically just talking about how he's a piece of shit and like, that's why people like him. And it kind of plays into the Elvis kind of paradox or whatever that, where Eminem is, a white man and a black man's, something that black men created for the most part and women, but, and that he's thriving and that the fact that he's as good as he is, that he's used that. And if he wasn't as white, if he wasn't white, then he wouldn't, sold as many records, which is something that people have kind of taken and kind of turned against him at this point. But he's the first person that ever brought it up, so that's kind of like kind of an interesting tidbit. And this
Well,
album, man,
you'd be kind of dumb to not realize that, even being the person doing it. I mean, look at the history of hip hop before, but
right,
right.
right. Well, no, you're good. And then like the BC Boys had the same effect. It was the same that they benefited off the
Oh,
same.
absolutely.
It's just a society thing, But for Eminem to say it the way that he said it, I like the way that he did it in that song. And this may be Eminem's most political album, honestly. We're gonna just ignore anything around centered around the revival. We're
We're
just
gonna
gonna act
ignore
like that didn't
revival.
exist. Yeah, dead. We should call that John Dead. He did.
Even
We're not
Eminem
gonna,
said that album sucked. Like, but go ahead, sorry.
bro. He tried to say that it sucked. I mean, he was trying to like stand on it or whatever and be like, it's a good album, and then like he couldn't even do it. Like you could just tell in his face like that, like he knew he had fucked up. Um, but yeah, this album he did not fuck up on. But I will say that the thing about the Eminem show out of those three albums is it's probably aged the worst. You know, I know it's got some hits on there. I mean, we got like Without Me, that was a gigantic hit off there. We got Cleaning Up My Closet, obviously. We got Business, which Business is not really aged that well, even with him flipping the sample for Houdini. There's a Pete Rock. There's somebody on YouTube got like Pete Rock beats and put it over Eminem's rapping over a lot of the Eminem show, and that is awesome. So Business with like some Pete Rock production instead is the Business. But you know, alas. Holy whack on lyrical lyrics, Andre. You're fucking right. To the rap mobile, but so all the way through this album is solid. He's got Haley's song on there, which is the album's first foray into being a bitch ass dude. You know, with feelings and shit, and it's a really good song he wrote about his daughter. He was going through some type of drama with Kim this entire album. I think it was around right before I think they just gotten divorced or something. So a lot of it centered around her kissing this dude and Eminem getting a gun and like he's about to kill a dude and pistol whip a dude or whatever.
It was a body. It was a bouncer guy, wasn't it?
Yeah. Pistol whip a motherfucking bounce the 6'2s. Like, but the back half of this album has a lot of the really iconic Eminem tracks as well, and it's a really big statement for just the that genre and like what was going on in his life at that time with all the court cases and all the controversy and him being like the most hated person in hip hop, but the one that was running it. Eminem was actually at the top of his like gangster persona too in this. I think he was wearing do rags and shit all the time back then. Odd. So it's a Till I Collapse is on this album with a feature from the legendary Nate Dogg. And for a lot of people, I think, and I know you two gentlemen probably went through this phase where Till I Collapse, I thought Till I Collapse was the hardest song ever made, dude. I thought that Till I Collapse was just the greatest thing ever made. I used to say it was the best Eminem song ever. Looking back, how do y'all feel about it? Because like I don't even have it in the top 5 tracks on the album.
I don't personally either. Till I Collapse, I think Till I Collapse, for me at least, and any like probably any white rapper, especially like of our age, or somebody like a white dude that wound up chasing down rap, like Till I Collapse specifically was the first time I heard it. It was like I've never heard someone rap that angrily on a track at that point.
He is angry.
Now since then, yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's like that's just you start to realize it's just like no, Eminem was always angry. He's like the
So angry.
incredible. He's like the Incredible Hulk of
Yeah.
hip hop, and Till I Collapse is one of the better examples of him channeling that anger. But overall, it's not. I don't think it made the cut for my top 5 on this album itself. It's not a
This has
bad
aged well.
song. I just think it's just one of those things. It's just not aged as well as a lot of his other tracks.
Exactly.
Yeah. Till I Collapse. It would. That's the thing. I don't know. Like Eminem, the 3 album run. Like out of the hits that he had. To me, I don't like his hits weren't always my favorite. I guess I should say like I'm not trying to be like a hipster, I guess, or shit like that where you're like, oh, I can't like the hit, the radio. I just think it was like Till I Collapse, like kind of like Trevor's. Like I remember hearing it the first time on like a Sony Ericsson as a fucking ringtone, and I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, damn, he's angry, and the hook is what gets you. You're like, damn, that's cool.
Nate Dogg did like
no, Nate Dogg hard carries that song, I think.
Oh yeah. But then you got, and I'll just go ahead and say it, like the other hits, because like some of his hits off them 3 runs, like heavy.
He has some big ones.
Yeah, like some of them were really good. The one, like Cleaning Out My Closet, I don't know what it was. Like I've never really cared for that song. I don't know why.
Wasn't it the reason you made that CD for me, ma? Like,
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. Like, it's like, I'm sorry, mama. I never meant to hurt you. I think a lot of it, the problem with Cleaning Out My Closet was like, it was one of those white trash anthems. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was always some. I see you laughing, Trevor, but you know I'm right.
That's why I'm
Fucking
laughing.
No,
I
because
know.
listen,
I know.
seriously,
It's like the precursor to
starts with the
like the
jelly
fucking.
roll.
It's like
Jelly
the
roll.
song. It's like the song version of a precursor to like the people that make those memes, where it's like showing a skeleton in a fucking Grim Reaper hood with a revolver. Is like I just shit myself at an Arby's or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh God, bro, you own a Tap Out shirt if you like that song.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
exactly.
hold up.
That's
What about my favorite, the SpongeBob with the fucking money? He's like,
Oh God, yeah, the SpongeBob
Gangsta
money
Bob,
picture, like the Pillsbury
Gangsta
Doughboy. Oh
Bob.
God.
Yeah, fucking SpongeBob with the pimp coat.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
dude.
swear,
But
bro. That
No,
7XL
all
fucking
those kids
Pillsbury
are in
Doughboy
jail
suit.
now. All those
oh
kids
yeah,
are in jail now. I don't know what to
Oh
say.
God. Yeah, that's
but
evil, bro. What a time.
I would
So
say that was. But the other hits on the album are fucking immaculate. But those two, I never really. I just clean out my closet. I know you didn't ask about it, but I just had to get my peace of mind. Like I just never cared for it. But yeah, like Till I Collapse, it's not as white trash as that, but it's like it's in the same vein, sort of. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
yeah,
parallel
it's a
to it.
Mountain Dew ass song for sure. Like
Yeah,
Mountain Dew even sponsored it. Like
yeah, it's
like
pretty much.
Call of Duty, bro. These folks don't know no Battlefield. They never played Battlefield. They wouldn't know what to do if they got put on Battlefield. Yeah. To close it out, I think that what was one more song I wanted to mention? When the Music Stops, featuring D12 with all of
Oh
D12.
man,
That was a fucking banger, bro. What a and like
banger.
it's so haunting, like eerie how it predicted, kind of foreshadowed Proof's death, or like not like in a Illuminati esoteric way, but like in a they're talking about violence and music and it clashing. Same thing with Sing About Me and Square Dance. Like those are just like some of Eminem's best social commentary ever, I think. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but as far as 3 song runs on this, I gave it Trevor might have to pull up the track listing because but it's Square Dance, then there's a skit that I'm not counting, Soldier, and then Say Goodbye to Hollywood. I think those are my 3.
Oh man,
That's a
yeah,
badass run though.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
damn
like
good
that
That's
run.
beat with
tough.
Soldier, that flow and shit, yeah, like and the Eminem show is I may put Relapse on my 09 or 08 list, but this is gonna be Eminem exiting this list for me for the rest of the podcast. So goodbye Eminem, we love you, we miss you. Make sure you like lock the door when you get back home. I'm gonna leave it unlocked. You can have a key. But we're gonna give you an 8.5 for the Eminem show, and yeah, man, I wish you went on to just like really keep progressing after this, but
Yeah,
a bunch of shit happened, so I feel it. Shouts out to
yeah.
Eminem. Shouts out to Haley.
If he could have capitalized off that momentum that he
Yeah,
had, that's the whole problem with Eminem. Like what a lot of people would say was the start of the fall off. Was like the 3 albums he had it like because I feel like at that time he was just like saying fuck the world, literally and metaphorically was saying fuck the world and was
yeah,
doing his own thing. Like he was locked in to this fucking 2x2 square and like he was just perfect. But
yeah.
then like
Well, and then he made
after
8 Mile
that,
too. Like,
yeah,
the 8 Mile soundtrack was this year as well, and then I think the 8 Mile is like where everybody can look at Eminem as like that's when the fall off started because he was doing too much. That's when the drugs went, crazy,
yeah,
and
Yeah.
then by Encore he was like super on drugs, and it was noticeable. And then he was just never really the same, except for Relapse is a masterpiece. I feel like, but
Relapse is one of his best albums, in my opinion. That
yeah,
was the one because he disappeared for a long time and he came back and he was like, oh shit, like you have like the same song and dances, but we'll get to that.
yeah.
But
Um,
I'll say another underrated song off this album, like, because going back and listening to it, like, this has probably been my favorite album. This one or another one has been like my favorite. This has been like a top 2 album that the ones that y'all picked for me to go back and listen to.
Yeah.
Like this was so much fun because it's been so long since I've listened to it. And I say so
Right.
long, it's probably been a few years, but like, and when you get in your late 20s, a few years, like, if you don't acknowledge something for a few years, it feels like 27. So
yeah.
Oh
like,
god.
but I have to say, like Soldier, I forgot. I was like, ooh, that's a banger. But there's the song that really I was like, damn, I straight up forgot was fucking Drips featuring Obi Trice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm fucking with this a lot.
That's an incredibly suggestive song.
A little
But I
bit.
know, but it's like I don't know, man. Like the vibe of it, I was just sitting there, like maybe not the lyrical content to the max, but like just I don't know. There's something to that song. It's like, yeah, this is. I don't know. Plus, it's been really pretty weather down here in the SIP, like in the southern. So like, I don't know. I guess like the pretty weather and like riding around and like just having a good time. Like I've been in good moods and shit. So it's like just listening to this, I'm like, man, this is like, yeah, this is doing something right now. But I will say my 3 song run, there's there's what's crazy, there's a 3 song run that you could go for. Like you can throw out a skit, but you can do it and it's the other hits. But like without me, Sing for the Moment and Superman. Like that's a hell of a 3 song run. I'm not saying like it's not. It might be. It might be my 3 song run, probably. But it's like I don't know. Like, dude, what the fuck? Like, how do you hit that? Like, how do you hit that much iconic fucking shit in 3 songs like consecutively?
Yeah, Mariah,
like, that was fucking great. But I will.
Damn, Mariah.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it, Mariah.
But
She was back there making try to forget about the grunge album she made in '96 that no one ever listened to.
Oh, God.
but another one you could go with is like you could do like when the music stops, as you mentioned, Kenny. Say what you say, featuring Dre, and like till I collapse. Like that's a hell of a 3 song run. Or you could go like Haley's song, music stops, say what you say. Like
That's mine.
I don't know.
So Haley's
Yeah.
song when the music stops, say what you say is my 3
Yeah,
song.
like that's
Say what you
probably
say is by far my favorite song on the album.
It
it's
is a good one.
it's so good, dude. But like even the back,
That's like honestly like what people say till I collapse is what I think say what you say is.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, Tim and Dre just kind of like airing out all the beefs and stuff, and then Eminem also produced a lot of this album. You got to keep that in mind. This is like the peak of him, the pinnacle of Eminem making beats. Is right when he first started.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like he should just quit after this. It's a lot of things. Eminem should just quit after this. Really, like that's the moral of the story. Like like quit while you're ahead.
Like relapse in 2009 and never touch the microphone again.
Yeah, I'm out.
But yeah. I'll give this. I'll go ahead and let Trevor do his. But like I'll have to. I'm with you, kid. I have to give it at least probably 8.5. 8, like yeah. I was thinking 8 this whole time, and then I was like maybe 8.5 because it is iconic. Like it's.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of great material on this album. Like I said, it was like out of the albums I listened to, like this is one I re-listened to, and I'm like, fuck, this is so good.
It's so bars,
yeah,
though.
it is. So yeah, like 8.5. I'll give it an 8.5, and then we'll let Trevor tell his.
Yeah, I'll give it so overall as an album, it is one of the most cohesive projects he's ever dropped. The only thing I would take away from it in any sort of way is the fact that they even let Ken Kniff get back on the album, which I guess is some sort of character that Eminem had come up with, or I think it originally came from the Marshall Mathers LP when somebody, or it was the Slim Shady LP, and if somebody called Eminem with that voice, I think. I don't think it was Eminem making the call, but then like he did it like the one on the Marshall Mathers LP where like ICP was like, oh yeah, like doing all that, and I was just like that's a lot, man. But then the very end of the album is like when you been going, and like like doing all that. I'm just like, why are you here? Like, but no, overall, fantastic album. Say What You Say is an absolute banger. When the Music Stops is one of the like the staple like Eminem D12 collaborations, if not the staple one, and very eerie given the context of everything that happened after that. I was kind of surprised to not hear as much love for Business because that was another one of the hits that I thought was really good. But other than that, it's like for the general population, you're either going to like this album or you're not. There's really not much of an in between. I was personally like on more of the like side. I'll give it like an 8.5. Because I think besides Relapse, this was truly the last really, really good Eminem album.
Thanks. Yeah, it's the last undeniable Eminem album. It's the end of an era for sure. And Business is good, man. Try listen to Business, but with production from Pete Rock instead. Life will never be the same.
I'll have to give it a listen.
Yeah, shouts out to that that YouTuber out there who did that. I don't know who
Yeah.
you are, but like, thank you.
So I'm gonna give my third favorite album of 2002, and to what I see, it is the last hip hop album that we will be talking about from this year. And it's not that it was a bad year for rap; it was just a better year for rock. So I'm gonna go with "Fantastic Damage" from LP, and I would say probably the weirdest fucking album of.
It's odd.
It's an odd album. So like, if you like hip hop, you need to ask yourself a second question. Do you like being generally confused by the words that are flying at your face 90% of the time on this album? And if so, then yeah, you might like this album quite a bit. But for the underground scene, it was a very, very, very influential album with the production from LP, and anything coming out of Def Jux at that time was going to be eaten up by the underground, especially the East Coast and Twin Cities underground scenes in the early 2000s, which Def Jux pretty much like stopped existing, and then like all of these like catch-alls essentially went to Rhyme Sayers, which is alive and well still. And but yeah, onto the album. The production itself is almost like, I would describe it like heavy. Like you would describe like saying Black Sabbath would be heavy for metal. Like this is a very heavy rap album. It's very like the production on some of the songs itself, like song tracks 1 and 2 flow into each other, and it almost feels like an 8-minute song. And right after that, you get into Dead Space 9mm, which if there's going to be a hit from this album, it would be that one because it had the most plays. And again, very just esoteric production. Um, Nobody would like LP was trying to sound like nobody when it came to this album. And I feel like it influenced the Aesop Rocks to go in the direction they did, the ideas and abilities, the slugs, the atmospheres. Like this is the album that they looked to for inspiration, but they were also peers, so I don't want to come off as like LP was like their leader, but in a way he kind of was without being. It's very
He was
confusing.
steering the ship. He was steering the
Yeah.
ship.
He was
Yeah.
steering, yeah, he was steering the ship. But you have features all over this from Def Jux at the time, including Aesop. You got Rob Sonic on there, Vastair on a couple of them, Cage, Camus Teo, R.I.P., Mr. Life. You have DJ Abilities doing turntables all over this album. So really, like, it's an LP album, but it's also like a Def Jux like collaboration album. But some of the album, if you are into this kind of rap, the first half of the album is admittedly not as good as the second half of the album. But once you break through the Aesop and the Rob Sonic tracks, so 6 and 7 going into tracks 8 through 16, you start to, there like the mood shifts, and then you start dealing with songs like Accidents Don't Happen, Stepfather Factory, which is my personal favorite. As far as a 3 song run on this album, I would say Accidents Don't Happen, Stepfather Factory, and Taj is my personal. And it is, again, like I cannot preface just how fucking weird this album is, but you're good. Like, so like,
It's some rapping dog. Like this man rapping.
yeah, no, it's very like, some people would call it like the lyrical miracle style, but it's also even more esoteric than that, where like you would have to pull out a fucking dictionary like to figure out what the hell he's talking about. But a lot of these rappers are like that, and it's almost like
Yeah.
gymnastics of vocabulary is what I like to call it, just seeing what you can do. So this is more like poets doing shit over, it's like slam poetry over what feels like post-punk half the
Yeah.
time. And it's a very odd album, but it ends great with Innocent Leader, Constellation Funk, and Blood. And overall, the production on this album, LP, I don't think is capable of making a bad beat. Um, Even if it's weird, you're gonna bob your head a little bit to it, and you definitely see that with him trying to go more mainstream with like Run the
Run
Jewels.
the jewels.
Yeah, and but especially his later work gets a little less esoteric, and a lot of their work did from that same scene. Aesop Rock's probably the biggest example of that. But overall, I would have to give this album a solid 8 out of 10. And
Yeah.
what would y'all like to add to that?
You got it, Harley.
Okay. I was so like talking about it being, it started off and I was like, damn, like the first three songs, I was well, I mean, Fantastic Damage was, kind of like the way it starts out, I almost thought the fucking truck was fucking up. I was like, gosh damn, what's going on? But then I realized, like, oh, it's the beat. And then it just comes in and hits you in the face. I was like, okay, I'm vibing. And like, I like the first three songs, I was locked in. I was like, damn, this is some fucking good stuff. And then, like, that middle part, I don't know what the hell they did, but like, up until like 4 through 7, I was like, okay. And it's weird because I like Aesop. I enjoy Aesop Rock and Rob Sonic a lot. But then I was just like, okay, this is kind of a little weird. And then, like, the one featuring Vast Air, nang the front, the bush, and the shit. Like, it started, it was interesting, and I was like, okay, maybe it's picking back up. And then it hit that 3-song stretch that's your favorite. And I'm probably going to have to go for mine too. Is like, Accidents Don't Happen, Stepfather Factory, and TOG. I was like, TOJ, like, it picked back up. I was like, okay, I'm fucking again. Like,
Also, shout out Dr. Hell No and the Praying Mantis. That shit is fucking hilarious.
and like, I don't know, man. Like, it is a very odd album, and it's not like, it's like you said. This is something like you were saying for them. Like, this is either something you're gonna enjoy or you're gonna fucking wish you never knew existed. Well, not to that extreme, but you know what I'm saying. Like, you're gonna be like, damn, I wish it's like I fuck with this, or I don't really care about it.
It's not made to be an inclusive album at all.
No, this is like, you can tell this is like the collaboration project. Like you said, it was just a bunch of the friends, like pretty much a bunch of friends. And like at some points, it's like, like you said, his like lyrical spiritual miracle, whatever. That's like, yeah, like you do that. You said it's like that, but more esoteric, and it kind of, like, to a sense, it is. It's different. Like, it just seems like some of them, I guess all of them being friends and stuff, it seems like they were trying to, outdo each other a little bit on like how stretched out they could get. But it is a fun project. Like, it really is. It is something I enjoy. Like, I enjoyed listening to it. And like the beats, I mean, I was fucking with the beats from LP. It was
LP is very underrated beat maker.
Dude, like, the beats to me were like they really carried the album. Like, I know, like, the beats are supposed to carry, like, in hip hop, I guess, to the general public, but like, it really does. Like, these beats are fucking crazy, especially in 2002. It's just, he was doing some shit. He was doing some, I don't know. He was ahead of his time with some of that. And like I said, and like you say, I mean, it is one of them things. It's like, it's either for you or it's not. We discussed, but I would have to. I mean, me personally, I mean, I'll give it. I listened to it twice. I felt like, I mean, it was good. I mean, to me, like, it's good enough, like, great enough for a damn re-listen within a few days. So, like, it's definitely something worth checking out to me. And like, personally, I would give, I'm thinking like probably 7, like a 7, 6.5, something like that. Because it's like I said, and that's just because, like, I try to base like my picks off some of it. Like, I try not to be too personal, like how I feel about a lot of stuff. I try to be like kind of balanced out, like how I think the general public would enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Like a fair enough rating for everybody to kind of fuck with. You
can keep that in mind when you're making your rankings. I do the same. It's mostly my ranking, but like I have to take into account like how it looks from the outside looking in as well.
Yeah, you have to take a step back, because like if I was going to do that, like there's some shit like we've done episodes where like we fucking be like, yeah, this is 10, 10, 10, 10, 9, 9, 9, 9. Then we're like, wait a minute, maybe. And then I like thinking about it,
Not
like,
every
maybe that
album can
isn't.
be a
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
I had to make a point to be harsh this year, and I'm gonna make it a point to be just probably even more harsh going forward. Because I think I gave Tim McGraw a 10 one year, and I was like, I went back, I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna listen to this like that. Like, same time I was wild, and I called Tim McGraw Tupac. I was on one. I was feeling it.
Tupac McGraw is crazy.
Tupac McGraw, that's my guy.
Hey, Tim had some bangers. He did have some banger albums in the '90s, though. Like,
I swear he does. Yeah, Tupac McGraw, man.
I mean, maybe to not that extent,
but Tim Pac, you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, I'm gonna kind of echo. All right, so this album is like if the nerdy lunch table at your school went to space and made a rap album, and like in all the best ways, my
Naruto running.
Yeah. All your Naruto running kids all linked up and made them some bangers, and it definitely okay. So I'm an LP fan, and like I've never heard this album. I know it's like one of his like definitive albums, maybe his definitive album, singular outside of Run the Jewels. So I wanted to like this a lot and keep my my backpack hip hop card, because I feel like I've been listening to too much, like Young Thug and shit. So because like, I think it's making me dumb, but like this album, man, the way it opened, I didn't know how much time had passed. And I was like, I like the beat. I like LP's rapping, but what the fuck? Like, it was just like a long run-on sentence, And like, I like Deep Space 9mm a lot. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And then like it just hit that middle, that before Rob Sonic song. And I was just like, wow, like, like I was like, damn, I was trying to figure out how the fuck I was gonna tell Trevor that I didn't like LPs, like legendary album. Like I'm about to come up in here and go on this podcast and just shit on this album, and I like LP. This is fucked up. And then thank God, dude, Rob Sonic's verse is where things started to look up. Like I started to see the light. And then we went into that middle run. It's the same 3 songs you two picked. It must mean that's a good 3 songs, or we're all very similar, one of the two. Accidents Don't Happen, Stepfather Factory, and TOJ, man. Like, I was like, okay, we got something. We're cooking now. We're cooking with gas now. We can cook them with gas and matches. I can save my freaking. I can keep my fucking backpack card. I can keep my backpack. So the album was good. It's. I can see like the foundation for LPs sound, forward, and you can see all this stuff that is even present in Run the Jewels work, So I think it's definitely a culmination of like Def Jux and like that early Rhyme Sayer, like that entire group and that entire like bubble within hip hop. Like it's probably one of the defining moments of their of that time, I would say. I don't know if Trevor, if you would, but I think it's got all them boys, bro. It's got all them. It's like almost like 2001, but for the Naruto kids,
Like, yeah, it's like SpongeBob, like with a picture of like fucking Ezra Miller fucking photoshopped onto his face, just like the gang's all here. Just bunch of weird. Yeah. I don't know where I was going with that. Well, fucking reverse all that.
Phone. I'm like, what's an Ezra Miller phone? Oh shit,
Ezra Miller phone.
Oh damn, that's a different shit. But yeah, I guess a 7 out of 10 as well. We fantastic damage. There was damage, but it was fantastic, and I guess that's the point of the album.
And I'll say this: like me and Kenny, I think we're in the same. Like this album, like that middle section in there, like it almost fumbled this whole fucking project. Like it came back. It came a cunt hair away from fumbling, but it saved itself, and I'm like, thank God.
Oh yeah,
it's like
accidents don't happen.
No.
Hell yeah.
But no, it's that is the review for Fantastic Damage. We are now going to go to our second favorite albums of 2002. And Harley, how about you? Roll that beautiful bean footage, brother.
Listen, this is something y'all ain't gonna be ready for. This is something. This album right here, boy.
Oh, I'm about to go get a cigarette.
I made some pasta.
This album right here, man. I guess I don't know. I guess you call it post grunge. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. This album right here, and this is it. Like how I describe songs about Jane. Like you go back and listen to that album, and you're like, oh, there's some like nostalgia to it. Not like now this album is nothing but fucking nostalgia that you go back and listen to. And we're talking about the sophomore follow up to their banging ass debut album. The fact that they followed it up with probably their iconic album is fucking Away from the Sun by Three Doors Down.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit. This album right here. Dude, I like the opener, like When I'm Gone, fucking banger. But it's like there's so many songs on here where it's like there's so many hits, but holy fuck, they're still good. Like all of it is still so listenable. Man, this album, like Three Doors Down to me, I guess like being from Mississippi, that has a part. Like I can't. Maybe it has a little bit to do with why I like them. I mean, it does. Like there's a little soft spot, but really the biggest soft spot in my heart for Three Doors Down is the fact that when I quit drinking, when I got sober a long time ago, this is like I listened to Three Doors Down, like their first 4 albums religiously. Well, 5, yeah, because the other one. But anyway, those are like them first 4, like almost untouchable to me. But I will say, opens up with When I'm Gone, one of the most iconic songs from that era, from the early 2000s. Absolutely. And then and you're like, man, that's good. But then it's at that moment where you're like, is it gonna pick up harder? Or like what's about to happen? Because you're like, this is gonna be hard to follow up. And then they hit you with another fucking hit, Away from the Sun, that just chills you out, and you're like, damn, oh yeah, I'm feeling like I love my life. Like that's the biggest thing from Three Doors Down that I've always taken away is like, you listen to their album, it's like the way and there's a lot of their songs that they talk about life. I get, like love yourself, like love life and like be grateful and all this. And like, it might seem a little corny at some points, but like, it really makes you feel that way. Like, truthfully.
Yeah, it's
like, it is. It's just, but like, you go Away from the Sun, then you got The Road I'm On, which that song has become viral on TikTok for some reason, which is, but it's a banger. And then you got Ticket. This is like, you kind of start getting into the B side or like the non hits. But like, you got Ticket to Heaven, which is, to me, one of their heaviest songs, like just straight rocking. And it's like, Running Out of Days, like to me, like Running Out of Days is like one of those songs. It's like the perfect song for the middle of the album, honestly. Like to me, because it's just like, it's not like here and it's not down here. It's like perfect. Like it kind of flows everything together. And then you go back to then you got another banger, Here Without You, which, we're going to have to call, like, you're going to have to call an ex-wife on that one. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you just got to. Like, you get some Canadian Mist.
Shout out Sheila.
Love you, girl.
Bro.
But just the whole album, but like after that, I mean, the back half of the album, there's not a radio single, there's not a big hit, but it might be. To me, I think it's probably better than the first half. As wild as that is, because like this shit, dude, like the whole fucking thing to me just bangs. It just goes hard from top to bottom. Like it's one of those albums where it doesn't lose you. Like I think it was another one of them that's like methodic. Like it feels like it was methodically planned out. Like how it was. Like the songs are written and placed. They're just like, it just flows so well. And you listen to the whole thing, you're like, damn. Like, how the hell did 50 minutes go by that fast? You know?
Yeah, for sure.
But, I mean, favorite song from here? I haven't even thought about this. This is going to be live reaction. My favorite song, I might have to go. Hmm. I might have to go. Oh fuck, that's hard. Damn, I shouldn't. I should have thought about this before.
I can tell
I'm
you what
sitting here
mine is. I'm hoping it don't influence yours.
like going down in flames. There's something about like that's like that album. I don't know. Like I don't, fuck. That's hard. Damn, I'm just gonna go Ticket to Heaven. I'm just gonna go Ticket because like that is a safe bet. Like I love that song. That it's just hard, right? Like it just does it for me. I go Ticket to Heaven as my um favorite 3 song run. Probably the last 3 songs because you got a hidden track at the back, which I mean, on if you listen to it on a streaming platform, it's there. But if you have the CD, that was the cool part about the CD. Is like once you got done with Sarah Yelling, which is a immaculate song, you're like, damn, what an album. But then it's like a minute of silence, and then all of a sudden you hear this guitar, and you're like, what the fuck is this? And there's
Pretty
a
big.
hidden track called This Time. And I'm probably gonna have to go like Going Down in Flames, Sarah Yelling, and This Time. Because man, like those 3 songs to end the album, man, like shit, it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough like, but you can pick any 3 songs on this album. To me, you can pick them and you'll be all right. You know, like I don't think that you're gonna miss at all. To me personally, and like overall, I mean, I try not to be too fucking biased, which I have, I know, but I really do like this. Is an album that is easy to listen to. Like it could get the general public into it, like which most people probably have heard this album, even if you don't know. If you think, oh, I don't know Three Doors Down, you listen to this album, you're like, oh, I know 5 of these songs. I
Absolutely.
mean, I would have to give I'd have to give this album a 9. I have to give it a strong 9 for sure, for its influence, for its iconic, like just everything about it is just the aura to it. I'm gonna give her a 9. But y'all can go ahead. You can go, Kenny, if you want to. And
Um, yeah, yeah, well said. I don't really have much to add other than this album is a time machine. As soon as I saw the album cover, I remembered, I knew exactly what I was about to be listening to, and I could hear it again. And it's been since I was a kid, you know. But my mom had this album. I remember I could smell the Marlboro lights and the oh, she's driving entirely too fast from here, you know, like the way the album opens, and then my 3 song run is I don't have my notes with me right now. Forgive me. It's the first 3 songs though, like because it just opens so strong.
oh
Um,
yeah,
and then Here Without You, some premium tier grab the air music, man. I almost started crying at one point, and it wasn't even a sad part of the album. I was just like, nostalgia was just heavy as hell. Like, I was overdosing on nostalgia. Um, and It's great, man. If I had to say, if I had to, the thing that keeps this album from being like a 10 or a 9 for me is like the back half. But I mean, I don't like I'm a hip hop guy, so it's not really my genre. So maybe not knowing all the nuances of everything maybe just takes a little bit away from me. But I would say it's a little bit top heavy. But it's a great album, man. It's Three Doors album. It's their opus, man. And like exactly like it doesn't matter who you are. You can take any human really off the planet and show them this music, and they're gonna like it. It's very
yeah,
digestible. For the time, you could hate strings. You could just be like, I fucking hate strings. You could be an anti-string person, and hear Three Doors Down. You're like, you know what? Maybe I've been wrong. Maybe I'll just quit listening to just straight acapella. Um,
Right.
I give this album a strong. It's an 8. It's an 8 for me. Yeah, no, bro, this is a time machine, bro. Shouts out to seatbelts and shouts out to alcohol and shouts out to
Marlboro Light.
Marlboro Mid South Mudfest, Bill Street Music Festival, RIP. My entire family went down there one year and got into a whole fucking Trailer Park Boys type fucking incident to watch Three Doors Down. So it'd be like that sometimes, and we thank you, Three Doors Down, for giving us that so we could have that to talk about. It's almost 23 years in the future. We're sitting here and it hasn't lost a step. So
It had like its age. You're right. Like its age, perfect.
yeah.
Like it really hasn't lost it, and like it just like a time machine is the perfect way to encapsulate this album. Like it just, I don't know. It just takes because like we've
I saw
all
the cover. Like it wasn't even I hadn't even heard any yet, and I saw the cover and I was like, oh, it's this.
yeah. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's that iconic of an album. It really is.
For sure. For sure.
All right, Trevor, what's your favorite? What you got?
Man, I got cramps, but no, on this album, Time Machine to kind of piggyback on what y'all are saying. Time Machine is definitely the best way to describe this album because chances are, if your dad didn't own this album, your mom did, and now you probably do as an adult. And if you don't, you need to. This is a very, very nostalgic album for people our age, and especially the area we grew up in specifically. Because Three Doors Down, I would say, out of the rock bands specifically, not just like one-off artists or like rap groups. Because like discounting Elvis, Diplo, and Ray Shrimmed, Three Doors
Reese's
Down is
Mafia.
probably the most successful like rock band to ever come out of Mississippi.
Oh, by
And
far.
yeah, because I mean, who's second place is probably like Saving Abel. So I mean, um,
No,
Saving.
and then they're kind of a one hit. Yeah, you know who Saving Abel is, whether you want to or not.
I'm
Um,
so addicted to all the
all the
things you
things you
do.
do, and you're going down on me, and between the sheets. Yeah, but now talking about good music. No, this album is fantastic front to back as far as like what you would call post grunge, I suppose. So think of like your Creeds, your Puddle of Muds, bands like that. They were at the forefront of it, and they were very, very good at what they did. Um, my three-song run on the album is probably kind of stuck between either Here Without You, I Feel You, and Dangerous Game to I Feel You, Dangerous Game, and Changes because
Mm,
I Feel You and Dangerous Game just back to back. I Feel You is my favorite song on the album. It should have been a hit, but apparently it wasn't. And because it absolutely sounds like something that would be like one of their big radio hits, but
it really
surprisingly,
does. It. Mm.
but it's just one of the B cuts, and it's it's one of the best, most well put together songs on the album. And Dangerous Game just fucking smacks you in the face right after that. Overall, I'd have to give this album a good 8.5 out of 10. I absolutely adore the track listing as a whole, and yeah, shout out Brad Arnold.
Shout out to
Shout
Sip.
out. Shout out. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, shout out to Sip.
Shout out my four doors down neighbor. You know, like y'all didn't make it, dog. This is three doors down's the truth. And they're from where, Mississippi? I remember like we talked about this back on the 2001 episode.
Escatapa or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Escatapa.
Escatopia or whatever. Yeah, yeah.
Escatapa.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Shouts out to that town.
I don't even know if we're pronouncing it right. I hope I am. Fucking
We're not.
Yeah, Escatapa is how it's pronounced.
Oh,
Escatapa.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Escatapa.
it's down there by Breakford. It's down there in like Hattiesburg, Kill, Mississippi, all that.
I got
It's
family in
deep,
Richmond,
deep
Mississippi.
south.
I got family in Richmond, Mississippi, and yeah, it is the deep south.
Deep.
You know, shouts out Three Doors Down, bro, for just bringing some good history to the area.
That's right. Bringing that culture.
Bringing the culture, yeah, restoring the culture. You feel me? Like, yeah. Am I good to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you got it.
All right. So this album, I'm definitely gonna need Trevor's help on my last two albums with these song titles because out of all my albums in this entire thing forever, the 2002 definitely has the weirdest song titles out of any albums that I'm gonna pick. Reanimation. Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots is my favorite. Is my second album for 2002, and is by the Flaming Lips, and it is what you would call what the fuck is Kenny listening to? He doesn't like this type of music.
Yeah,
But
that's exactly
alas,
what
dude,
I thought.
I love this album, man, and it's like what was that, Harley?
I said that's exactly what I thought. I was like, this shit don't seem like Kenny would even touch it with a 10-foot stick.
But I did though. I've actually even seen them live, which was a hell of an experience, man. It was
yeah, you just fucked my mind up.
Also, shouts out to Bill Street Music Festival again at the so the main hit off this album is Do You Realize, which was on 51st Date. Shout out Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore, and shout out Amnesia. 51st
because that's the most famous song from it, and it's like the do you realize, but sung a whole lot better. And it's a very depressing song because
It's the state song of Oklahoma.
it's the state
Really?
song of Oklahoma.
It is the official state rock song of Oklahoma. It won by nearly 51% of views. 51% of votes went to
That was a close race, bro. What was it against? It had to have been
I don't know. It
Bruce
doesn't.
Springsteen.
I don't know. It doesn't say. I just found that out, dude.
It's got to be Bruce Springsteen versus Flaming Lips. It had to be, bro. Like they're like that Gina works the diner all day. Bon Jovi.
Where the fuck is the Flaming Lips even from? Oh, wait, no, it had to have been a band from Oklahoma City or a band from Oklahoma because the Flaming Lips are from Oklahoma.
Well, hell yeah. They must be from that part of Oklahoma that's got all like the hippies and shit at it, where they have the missile silos and where they make acid.
No, they're from OKC.
Oh.
Yeah, that's even worse.
Shouts out to Thunder. Hey, shouts out to Thunder for winning that final. So,
dude, they're gonna have the ring ceremony, and the fucking ring's gonna come down from the ceiling. Do you realize?
Oh God, bro, they're gonna be floating around like shit. Like it goes up to fucking SGA and is just singing, dude.
It's just like zooming in on fucking SGA. You have the most beautiful face. Like,
oh God,
you'll become a fucking meme tonight.
Oh God, bro! Like for real, NBA. If you're listening, man, Adam Silver, get that going, man. You only got a little bit of time, man. You got one.
Get that Flaming Lips collab for the culture, Adam Silver.
We need that Flaming Thunder, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, this song's great. This album's great, man, and it's there's a big nostalgia factor for it with me too, because like my cousin played this album a lot, like when I was a kid and when I was like, well, not even really when I was a kid. It was kind of like really like about 10 years ago. And when I was still a kid, but not a kid, like when this album came out. Shout out Kid that was on Young Money. This ain't about that. But yeah, it's just it's a vibe. It's got a lot of deep thoughts. You'll exit it being like, whoa, man. Like, and like the way I like explained it in the group chat we're in allegedly is I was like, it makes you feel emotions you don't know how to process. You just don't know. You don't even know what you're like. What is this, Sonder? Like just some like those made up like feelings and emotions or whatever. It's one of those, and my 3-song run is gotta be Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots 1 and 2. 2 is just an instrumental version, but it's just a great segue. And then In the Morning of Magicians is such a freaking good song, man. Like it's so damn good. It's so lyrical, bro. If you like freaking Aesop Rock, but you also like the Beatles, but you also like enjoy like don't
LSD.
enjoy like
LSD.
Wait, I see.
LSD.
Oh yeah. If you're into psychedelic drugs, then this is a great album. This album is psychedelic drugs. Some would say. I don't know how you can come up with the titles that they'd come up with without being on drugs. But yeah, it's a great album, man. It's great, and I want to do something a little bit different. I realized that this album, was from this year. I looked at everything else, and I was like, that's shit. Clips, that's shit. I'm sorry, Pusha T. Don't come at me. Nellyville, that's shit. Air Force Ones, took my Air Force Ones off, and I was like, I'm putting Yoshimi Battles of Pink Robots in there with them goons and goblins. So yeah, that was my second album. Do You Realize I was on a Kia commercial too? Watch 51st Dates. And 9 out of 10. I'll pass it on to Harley. I want to hear Harley's thoughts on this.
Listen, so if you know anything about Mississippi, I was having to work, which luckily I've been in a work truck, so like I've just been riding around fucking northeast Mississippi. I've driven like straight up probably about 1,800 miles this week since Monday. And I was riding around from Calhoun City to Fulton, which is about 2 hours. And I was riding and like I listened to this album and I was going through backwoods and shit. Like there's not much like coming from Calhoun and like everything, like it was a pretty day. And I'm just like, damn, this fucking album, like this is the album you want to listen to on a pretty day. Is the best way I can describe it. Like, I was by myself. Nobody was riding with me. I was just in the truck by myself. Bluetooth going, like, ripping skags. I'm like, this is beautiful. Like, this album, like, it really is. Like, it's great. Like, it's a great album. but I feel like it might be one of those albums that you might have to be in the right, like, to me, like, which not a lot of people, I mean, I'm a different kind of person. So, like, I don't think a lot of people probably have the same mindset or, like, thought process I do. But, like, for me, I don't, like, I feel like this album is very delicate, like, and it's kind of in a class of its own because, like, I really don't, and I feel like you might have to, like, sometimes you might have to just be in, unless you're just into, like, psychedelic shit. But, like, I feel like you might have to be in a certain, like, the right mindset
You
to
would be
listen to
tripping
this
to like
album.
this album.
The what?
You need to be tripping balls to truly appreciate this album.
Yeah. And, like,
yeah.
I was as feeling good as I could possibly be. And I do have to go with, like, the 3-song run, like Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots Part 1, 2, and In the Morning of the Magicians, motherfucker. That's one of the best fucking songs I've ever heard in my life. I was like, the whole album as it set, like, the whole album is good. It could lose you if you're not locked in. But, like,
oh yeah,
that song right there is like, I don't even think you have to be locked in. It just, something about the music is just so fucking captivating to my soul. I'm like, this is perfect.
Thunder.
Like, I ought to listen, like, when I listen to this album, because I've never listened to the Flaming Lips. Like, I heard them, like, one time in, like, 2005. Well, I mean, after I heard Do You Realize, I did realize that was on, I realized it was on 51st Dates and shit like that.
Oh, God.
And I heard it. But I never knew who they were because I never went out of my way to listen to them. I knew the name, never knew the band or the music. And it was, I mean, it was a surprise. Like, I was pleasantly surprised how it was, like, how this album went. But yeah, like, to
a great
me,
place to experience it. Like, I would say it's a great nature album.
It is, yeah. In which I was driving through fucking trees and shit. Like, I was in back roads and stuff. So, like, it kind of went hand in hand, I believe.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't know, like, just the whole, I mean, I guess I don't, like, to me, it is a top heavy album, in my opinion. Like, the first 5 songs are just like, wow, that's fucking amazing. And then it's kind of like, I don't think it's bad, but I think kind of like from the peak, like, I think like Morning of the Magicians, to me, that's the peak of this fucking album.
Yeah.
And not saying like that it just takes a shit or it's just a downfall, but it gradually declines a little bit. It kind of comes back down from that. And, like, Ego Tripping at the Gates of Hell kind of is a good song to, like, ease back into what you're trying to say. Are you a hypnotist?
I love the title of that song, but, like, if they could have just done Do You Realize after In the Morning of the Magicians, and it'd be like a 10 to me, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, truly. Truly. Because, like, I think it kind of, it's not bad. It's just, those 3 songs right there, it kind of loses a little bit. Like, it loses, and then it comes back with Do You Realize, and then, I had the last 2 songs. I mean, like, to me, I think the last 2, like, All We Have Is Now, Approaching Pavone's Mons by Balloon, like, it's whatever, different.
Yeah.
But, like, it is a kind of a cool way. I think those 2 go hand in hand, and finishing this album, I think they do it justice. I'll say that.
It flows really, really well. You could tell that they had put a lot of thought into the flow of the album, and that's good.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you're tripping balls, you need to have a good flow.
Did not know that they came out in 1986.
Me neither. I was on the phone with Trevor the other night, and I was like, they've been around since 1986. I was like,
but I will say,
it doesn't surprise me.
And I mean, my full review, like I said, top heavy, loses kind of. I mean, it can kind of lose you on the 3 songs, and then Do You Realize, banger, last 2 songs. I mean, I'll give it a -7.
Damn.
Talk it up good and then shit on it. Jay-Z, is that you?
No.
Did I hear you breathing through your fucking nostrils? I would have to say, fuck Jay-Z. fucking
Jay-Z.
motherfuckers. Anyways, don't get me on
I
that
don't care
shit.
what
Y'all
he
don't
dropped
fuck
this
me up.
year.
Why are you
Anyway,
saying don't get me on that? You brought it up.
no, I'm gaslighting you. You gotta learn.
Yes, like Jay-Z.
Yeah. I don't know. I like to give this album. I mean, really, yeah. Like I would, for yeah. I mean, I think it is. It's one of them albums. It's kind of hard. Like if you're not into that music, it's another one of these albums. I think it's either for you or or it's not. But if you have a pretty open mind to music and like not being a judgmental dick off the bat, like give it a chance because this album, like it's cool. It really is. I would give it. I probably have to give it a. I probably give it a 7. I think. I think that's what I'm feeling because it really is cool. Like it is a cool ass album. I think it is kind of unfortunate that it peaks in the Morning Magicians, and then the next 3 songs it kind of dies off a little bit. If it didn't die off like you said, Kenny, if it would have been like it went from that to like, do you realize? Really, if it went from like that to the last 3 songs, I mean, fuck,
that'd be
I
perfect.
probably would have, yeah, like I probably would have it like a 9 or 9.5, but like to me, and it's not like those songs. It's not the songs are ass. It's just where it takes you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's where it takes you on it. So that's why I'm feeling like 6.5, 7. I'll say 7. I'll go 7 with it. That's what I'm going. But it is a cool album. Like I definitely think people should listen to it. It's an album that people should check out for sure. Like
Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots by the Flaming Lips. Harley's review.
Yeah.
That's
what do you
right.
got, Trevor? Fuck Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Yeah, so I really like the fact that Jay-Z actually produced this album and the collaboration. Yeah, he played the trumpets himself, and
how awkward.
Yeah, no, he just walks away. Overall, I'm a big fan.
Don't talk about that motherfucker again.
I'm a big fan of the modern psychedelic rock. So I'm like, once we get into the 2010s, like you're gonna hear a whole bunch of fucking King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard for me because they make really good fucking music and they make whatever. But you can see the influence from the Flaming Lips and King Giz's music, and this album is it sounds damn near like a King Giz album. But to not take anything away from the Flaming Lips, they're the ones that really, of course, they have their influences as well. But the reason that modern psych rock sounds the way it does is probably because of this album, because I can only imagine the influence this album has had on the genre itself. The production is clean as hell.
Oh yeah.
Like throughout the entire album. Especially like the more weirder instruments you hear on the album, like the keys and particular stringed instruments that I can't put a face to a name or a name to a face of some of these instruments, which I know I've heard these instruments, just not in this genre of music. But as far as my 3-song run, I actually do like the back half of the album quite a bit. Ego Tripping at the Gates of Hell is a fantastic song. And but no, I'm gonna have to once again piggyback. Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots Part 1 and 2 into In the Morning of the Magicians, because In the Morning of the Magicians is one of the best songs I've ever heard in psych rock.
I'm telling you.
Gorgeous
That's that
song.
shit, bro.
That song right there. That fucking song right there. Like you don't have to enjoy this fucking music. You don't have to enjoy psych rock or like a rock or anything really in general. Like if you just enjoy hearing fucking music, like you need to hear that song. Like, so I swear to God, dude, I've never been captivated by a fucking song like that. Like it took me in a trance, and I'm like if they just released that as a fucking single, I'll probably be like, fuck it, best shit ever. Fuck the rest of the album. Like that song right there.
Imagine how they felt in 2002, because Yoshimi Battle 1 was my favorite. I was always like, this is the best song on this album. Then I heard the whole album, and I was like, whoa. Whoa. like fucking, I grabbed my freaking peace pipe and my fucking 800 hits acid, and I fucking took it on to set my ass down. it's time to fucking listen to the rest of this album, bud. Like,
By the by fucking do you realize I descended into a bald eagle?
dog, on God, I was flying. By do you realize, dog, I was just soaring through the air, like.
So how do I,
But-
Jane, stop this crazy thing? Like,
I was kicking it with I was with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. I was like, damn, she don't remember him.
damn, this is sad. But
so what
no,
do you
the
got, Trevor? What's your
my as far as a rating on this album, I would probably have to give it just because I do like psych rock a lot. I'd give it a good 9 out of 10. This is genuinely a fantastic album if you like the genre, and I highly recommend it for anybody that just. This is also a really good album. Like if you're just doing stuff around the house, you can just put it on in the background, and everybody will be happy. And it's a solid, very very solid album. Would recommend. Will listen again. And for my second favorite album of this was, I believe, the only album that has a track 0. So you just gotta believe in it. But this album specifically for me is one of the reasons that it's one of the reasons I got into stoner rock, desert rock, sludge metal, and stuff like that. And as we get later on into the years, I'll definitely be talking about albums like that. And I'm going to subjugate these two poor souls to that kind of music. Because going into this, fun fact, Harley did not like this band. I'm talking about Songs for the Deaf by Queens of the Stone Age. And to
What?
me, this is, in my opinion, whether you want to agree or not, I feel like this is one of the quintessential rock albums of the early 2000s as far as where rock was going to go. Like not real, like not like Imagine Dragons type stuff, which I mean, there, if you know, they have a fan base, but that's more of like the poppy rock kind of. Like we talked about Maroon 5 earlier, and that's kind of like where modern, like the mainstream type of rock went in that direction. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. But like the more like this album sounds like something that was plucked out of the 70s, but done like this is like if you send a bunch of like 90s rockers to the 70s is what this album sounds like to me. It starts off with a very odd kind of, I don't even want to call it an intermission or anything musical. It's just like nothing for like a minute and a half, and then it leads to what you realize is it's a very loose concept album where you are driving through the desert just listening to the radio is how this album is structured, which I really like that as a concept. It's not it's not a
Mhm.
it's not a bad
Definitely
concept.
wave.
It's not nearly as conceptual as the album we just talked about and Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots, because that's just a full up and down concept album. But this one is starts off with "You Think I Ain't Worth a Dollar, but I Feel Like a Millionaire," and it's that's an insane way to start a rock album, just objectively. And that leads into "No One Knows," which is easily the biggest hit they ever had. And
horseshit?
chances are you've probably heard this song, even if you don't know who they are. But Mark Lanigan
Chances
from
are you're fucking hate them if that's what you base your shit off of.
yeah, and because none of the rest of the album sounds like "No One Knows."
Fuck no. Thank God.
But then it
There's
goes
no
straight
one knows.
into First It Giveth, which is really when you start saying like, okay, I see how this album is going to be, because like First It Giveth and You Think I Ain't Worth a Dollar, like they really like want to drive on like the droning type of guitar where you have like a low note that drones in the background, and then you have it's almost like garage rock. Very punk influenced as well on that. But First Is Giveth is an absolute banger of a track. Then it goes into A Song for the Dead, which is one of my personal favorites on the album. And this is when you start realizing whoever's behind the sticks on this album is a goddamn monster. And you will be surprised to know that it is a monster because it's Dave fucking Grohl of Nirvana and Foo Fighters fame playing drums throughout this album.
Oh snap!
And he does he does he does them justice on this album with the drums, because there isn't a
Foo
bad like
Fighters.
even on No One Knows, like his drums on that song are goddamn insane. But Song for the Dead goes straight into The Sky Has Fallen, which is the second longest song on this album, and one of the best ones on it. And Six Shooter comes back, and Nick Oliveri is singing again. And there's nothing inherently wrong with his voice, but this was the last album he was on. He was the bassist, and he's got the very raspy fry to his voice when he starts really getting into it. He's damn near like their screamer. If you want to think of him like that, that's probably the best way to do that. And then Hanging Tree right after that with Mark Lanigan singing lead again, and fantastic vocalist in Mark Lanigan. Rest in peace to him as well. Then it goes into the last hit on the album with Go With The Flow, which admittedly is a bit repetitive, but it grows on you the more you listen to it. And it's just a driving song. This is a song you could just like crank on and then just drive through any kind of, preferably the desert, but like any nature drive, taking it up Natchez Trace is probably a fun time. Then it goes into the 3-song run of Do It Again, God Is in the Radio, and Another Love Song, which are all absolute bangers. Not my personal 3-track run, I'll get into that. But then it goes into A Song for the Deaf and the hidden track on the song Mosquito to close the album. And admittedly, though it is weird for mainstream rock, it absolutely got Queens of the Stone Age's foot in the door of the modern rock scene, and now they are one of the biggest acts in modern rock. And this is probably what most people view as their opus, but I personally feel like they have better music in the future. But overall, this is a fantastic album. If you're into hard driving rock, it does feel like something that was plucked out of the late '60s, early to mid '70s. The Zeppelin influence is definitely there. The Black Sabbath influence is all over it. Like you can definitely tell they love some Black Sabbath. The guitar from Josh Homme is always just tasteful enough to make the song what it needs to be while not going overboard at the same time. The drumming from Dave Grohl is damn near perfect. The bass work from Nick Oliveri is wonderful as well. Overall, I'd give this album a good 9 out of 10.
Oh yeah. Harley, do you want it first, or I can? It's up to you.
No, you can go. We need to save my reaction for last.
Oh boy, it's gonna be house 10, obviously, right?
Yeah, he's not a big Queens guy.
Obviously he's from Brooklyn. Yeah. So this album, I was driving while this album was playing, so I don't know any of the song titles like that. So forgive me, I do not have a 3-song run, and like besides just trying to like make guitar noises and shit with my mouth that I can't. Nobody wants me to do that, so we're not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do a 3-song on it. But I did listen to this entire album, and driving through the desert seems like perfect. It's like, aside from the hits, I can definitely hear like you said, it's almost like it's garage it's garage rock, I can see a band making this, in their with not a lot, to their names, just making an album that's influenced by their favorite music. And you can definitely hear the Nirvana, not the Nirvana, but the Zeppelin or whatever. I liked it. It was a good, it was a good solid album. Like I like, exactly what it's like, driving through the desert music, and like driving with it was, a winner. And opening your album up, like they got about 2 full points for me on the 10 list for opening their album up with 1 minute and 30 seconds of silence. That's the only time I looked back at my phone the entire time. I was like, "What the hell's going on?" I looked down. It's like it's called "A Songs for the Deaf." I'm like, "Oh,
The
no."
real song for the deaf, and it's just nothing.
Yeah, no. So I fucks with that. Like you can't can't hate on a band that does that, man, because it's like unless you can't hear them. But uh yeah. So yeah, I gave this a 7 out of 10. The hits are the hits. And I liked the hits for both y'all's information. I liked them because I'm a basic bitch when it comes to rock music. It's good. I'll have to listen to it again and like spend more time with it. Also, compared to like the other album that you got like coming that's kind of in the same pocket, it's just like it's such a notch just like below. It kind of just like maybe having to listen to both of those in the same kind of week kind of did it less justice or whatever. But I do like the
Yeah,
album. I do
no.
like the sound of it. The aesthetic's cool. Driving through the desert. I drove to Mississippi. I drove to Red Bank, Mississippi, listening to this album. So
Drove to where?
Red Banks, Mississippi.
Red Bank. God, that's close to Memphis. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fair. That's only
Marketing.
20. Yeah, that's only 21 miles in the state.
Yeah,
I mean,
we went deeper, but by then I was having to talk about the politics and stuff because we were working about to do work and whatnot. But we're not gonna get into all that, Harley. All right, shit on it.
There's the biggest goddamn waste of shit. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking about even starting a band. I mean, gosh damn. No, that's my initial response. That's how I wanted to be. And like I was trying to be dead set on wanting to fucking shit on it, but I guess I don't know.
Harley, come on, man.
I just never want like
Speak your truth.
look, it pisses me off because now I kind of like them. Like, because I fucking hated them bastards. I don't know what it was. And I think a lot of it was from the first Guitar Hero with that fucking. I still hate that goddamn song. What's it called?
No one knows.
Yeah, I hate that. That the guitar is just so stupid. Listen, that shit's ass. I don't like that song. Never have, never will, probably. I don't know, like it really surprised me because like I listened to it, like in my gut, I was like, I'm gonna be dead set to shit on this, but on the same time, I was like, look, I just need to open my mind. Like I need to check this out, give it a shot. Try not to be such a dickhead. Like I don't know, I'll try to do that the older I get. I try to be reasonable. And then
I would say No One Knows works better in the flow of the album than as a standalone song, but even then,
yes.
it's not my favorite Queens of the Stone Age.
No, it's the weakest link. But I will the first song I thought because it was why I was having this battle in my head, like, damn, am I gonna do? I'm gonna try to do better. And then I heard this shit that I think I'm having a fucking like I thought I was straight up might have been having an aneurysm the way because I had it in my headphones and it started that real song for the deaf like and then it was just I don't know, it was fucking me up. I was like, damn, am I fucking dying? But then once it got on there, like you think I ain't worth $1, but I feel like a millionaire. Motherfuck, what a way to open an album. Like that shit was that's a killer song. And then
the riffs from Josh Homme really are the centerpiece of this album, though. The guitar riffs on this album are really very, very Black Sabbath.
I know, like, and Sabbath is my favorite, like, them and Counterparts are my favorite bands. Like, 1A, 1B. And, like, I love Sabbath. And I know that Queens of the Stone Age, and Josh Homme himself, like, he is a huge, I've known he was a big Sabbath fan and Ozzy, like, all that. And, like, you can hear it. I just, something, like, about stoner metal and garage, I don't know, like, it's never been something that I can digest, I guess. I just never cared for it. Like psych rock, shit like that, like, I've never been into that much. But I was like listening to it, I'm like, man, this album is really good. Unfortunately, like, right? It really is. Like and then you get past No One Knows. Like my 3-song run, like First It Giveth, Song for the Dead, and The Sky Is Falling. Because I was listening to him, like, First It Giveth, I'm like, man, this is like, you think I ain't worth $1? Like, when I heard it, I was like, okay. It started changing my mind a little bit. I'm like, let's see if he can pick up. And then I heard that fucking piss ass riff, and I got mad. And then I skipped it, and then I was like, all right, let's start over. So I got to First It Giveth, and I'm like, okay, I'm fucking vibing now. And then it got the Song for the Dead. I'm like, where the fuck has this been? And then The Sky Is Falling. I'm like, fucking, like, this is their best fucking album. Like, and I don't know. I'm like, I guess I need to go and listen to more of their stuff. Because, like, this, like, that 3-song run right there, like, First It Giveth, Song for the Dead, The Sky Is Falling. Like, that's stout. It's fucking stout. Six Shooter.
That's the back half of the album, correct? Like, because I remember the back half of the album, there being like a strong period, like.
No, that's how the album opens up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
all right.
But the second half of the album is my favorite, though.
Yeah.
Like the end of Sky is Falling in the 6 shooter is like this whole skit, and then it gets to Hanging Tree, which is good. Like that's a great song. Go with the Flow, I thought was really good. Gonna Leave You, I like that's a dark horse on this. If I had to say like back half of the album that you referred to, Kenny, it's probably gonna be Gonna Leave You, Do It Again, God Is in the Radio.
Yeah.
Or because like that shit right there is fucking like it's heat. It's straight
What a fucking
gas.
song title too. Just God Is in the Radio. That's hard as
Yep.
that's super hard. Like
And then but like Another Love Song, that might be my favorite. That one, Sky is Falling, I think is my favorite. But Another Love Song is right there at it. Like that song, that is a killer song. And like I said, I'm not a fucking Queens of the Stone Age hater anymore, I guess. I am on No One Knows. I'll forever hate that song. But this album, like besides that big clunker, I mean, and that little fucking instrumental intro they had that I thought, well, I was dying for a minute. Besides those two parts of the album, like it was fucking solid. It really was. Like as bad as I hated to fucking admit it, and I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna start listening to this. I'm gonna try to go listen to some more Queens of the Stone Age, and I'll try to, we'll see how that goes. But
the only other album by them, not to interrupt you on your ranking, but the only other album I'm going to actively make it a point to put in my album review for that year is going to be Era Vulgaris from 2007. Because that's the one that's got threes and sevens and 666, and that's another one of my favorites of theirs. But those are, if you played Madden 08, you know exactly
oh
what
yeah,
threes and sevens is, and that's a fucking
okay,
banger.
Yeah. I remember that song.
like
Yeah, and
it's
it was also on Guitar Hero 3. Amazing guitar work from Hami on that song, but
I was planning on giving this album initially probably a negative 15. Uh, just off my pure initial, if it was off No One Knows, yeah, that would be like, this would probably be one of the worst ranked things that you could ever hear. But yeah, like, I mean, honestly, like from the magnitude that it did from changing my like piss ass mindset towards them, like, I mean, I'm gonna have to like, this is probably something like Trevor probably wouldn't even think. Like, I'm probably gonna have to give it a damn 6.5. Like this, and it's gonna grow on me. It's because I don't think people understand how bad I fucking hated like Kiss or Caius and all this bullshit. Like Josh Homme, something about his voice, and I think it's whatever he was doing on No One Knows. Like it just ruined. Like because every time I'd hear him after that, it just kind of I could always hear it, and it just upset me. But then it was like. But once I just started, like I said, letting go and actually listening to it and trying to be just be a decent, like try not to be a dickhead. I'm like, okay, I'm vibing. And like, I really do. Like, I don't think it's.
If No One Knows wasn't on the album, what would you rank it?
I mean, it'd probably be an 8.5. I think, probably. And like, I don't think No One Knows. It might not be that bad, but I don't know. Something in my heart right now makes me want to be a fucking hater because I love hating shit.
No,
I can't help it. I can't help it. Like, I love hating shit. It's funny.
Look, to be fair, they have way better music than No One Knows. I'm surprised that was one that was. I'm surprised out of the depth of the music on the album that No One Knows is the one that really blew up. But I can see why it was. It's catchy.
Like to a point, but like that's usually how it goes too.
And the music video did wonders for it too, because the music video is admittedly funny as hell. It's like a deer. They run over a deer, and then the deer kidnaps them and mounts them all on the wall.
What?
And like,
it's a trippy video.
I had to watch that.
Like, I kind of kicked myself for not listening to him before. Honestly,
it's all good.
But it is like, and I'm saying that I'm giving it a 6 now. Who knows? I might give it higher later. But like right now, like I'm telling y'all, from like going from giving like hope, like just waiting to give it a negative ranking to giving it a 6 or 6.5, like that's immaculate for me. Like that is a big turnaround. I'm telling you. But I am excited for the first time in my life to go listen to Queens of the Stone Age some more.
Harley
because
the Thug.
that album turned around on me. I got like, dead ass.
Hell yeah.
Like
Harley in the Stone Age.
yeah. So,
But
but
anyway,
yeah,
and now it is time for our favorite albums of 2002. And you know what that means. It's time to hit them with that beautiful bean footage.
all right,
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm talking
all
about, man.
right, all right, guys. All right, let's see. Can I mute myself? I need to take a restroom break. You can edit this
Oh,
out, maybe, I don't know.
restroom break.
I'll see what I can do.
But I'm
We
gonna mute it
glad-
real quick.
You want to
That
talk about
way,
Dino
it
Crisis?
ain't.
Because I gotta keep recording. If I stop recording, it'll become another one. But yeah,
No, you're
I
good.
can edit all this out.
I'm just gonna mute it real quick.
All right, go ahead.
So yeah, Sympho, you want to talk about what we've had? What have we had going on in this past year?
Man, we have had a beautiful album in the process of being made right now called Double Edged Sword, and it is a collaboration album between myself, Sympho, and the wonderfully talented That's Kenny you see there as well, in the beautiful sunny day of Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh
And
yeah. Oh, the helicopter, National Guard. Ah.
yeah, no, fuck, we're gonna that's been 2002. No,
Yeah, I gotta get out of here. Fuck.
no, fucking yeah, I gotta fucking weed eat my yard, but yeah, this is the Oregon skies right now, and you can see probably some mountains over there if you look hard enough, but they're
Hell
all
yeah.
good. They're just mountains and shit.
They're flying a damn annihilator over me. But yeah,
No,
sorry about that.
someone's putting in cheat codes in Memphis. This is bad.
Yeah. Nico.
Goslin, do you want to go bowling? But no,
Mm.
no, DES is a collaboration album between myself and Kenny, and it's kind of a pet project in the way that this is one of the ones that we have both. This is the album that me and him have both wanted to make as far as the type of rap it is. It's very heavily. There's a lot of East Coast influences on there. There's
Backpack.
a lot of backpack rap as well. And this
Blueface,
just overall, we didn't really try to go with like a specific sound. We just made what we wanted to make. So it's going to drop in late fall is the plan, maybe early winter.
we're looking
And
for looking at by the time the Pilgrims come, we should probably have a release date, if not be out, hopefully.
yeah, y'all get a Turkey Day listening party to DES.
Yeah, Pilgrims.
That's right.
But we
Happy
just
Thanksgiving,
dropped our
Pilgrim.
second single off of it, Dino Crisis, out on all platforms right now. Anywhere you get music, type in That's Kenny, Dino Crisis, type in Sympho, Dino Crisis. Just don't type in just Dino Crisis because it will lead you to a video game from about 2002. So yeah, man, it's produced by Bonds, who's that's Trevor's better half now. Producer, Boom Bap, kind of East Coast, Nas, a lot of Eminem in it, a lot of good
Big J Dilla, big J Dilla vibes, big Mad Lib,
Mobb Deep.
yeah, Mob Deep, a lot of Prodigy in there, a lot of
And
a lot.
and we be rapping on some bullshit too, because people are always like, Kenny, your songs are so sad. There's several songs on this album that are just definitively not sad, right?
No, yeah, like most of the album is not sad actually. Like it's a fantastic album, and
It,
if y'all get to listen to it, let us know.
it's a pleasure. Nasty Nardo said it was fire. So just a name drop a little bit. I can do that, a little name dropping.
Well, name drop.
But yeah. But yeah, go get Dino Crisis. Go get in 2002 they didn't have streaming, but if it was 2002 and it was on streaming, you would want to listen to it, and we'd be talking about it. And this year is our favorite albums, man. And if we weren't us, but we are us. So we're gonna go ahead and end this promotional segment. And yeah, that's Kenny Sympho, Double Edged Sword. Look out for it, dog, because it's sharp.
That's right. And back to our regularly scheduled program, Harley, your favorite album of 2002.
All right, y'all. What we're gonna do right now? I will have to drop some fire on this situation.
Oh boy.
All right, so for all of this, for most people, I think a lot of people do fuck with emo music, and I think a lot of people do like, they like the sad boy stuff, whatever. But like this album, pretty much, like, and a lot of people said, like, I'm not just saying this. A lot of people say this. A lot of people. I can't do Trump, but that was close enough, I guess. Fuck them.
A lot of people used to cut themselves.
A lot of people said this was great, and not just me saying it. Everybody.
One of the best
But
ever.
yeah, it's like Taking Back Sunday's debut album. Tell all your friends. Like,
Fucking banger.
now I gotta try not to be biased because they are my fifth favorite band of all time. So in the 2000s, we're about to get into some heat when we get to Taking Back Sunday. When we get to when we get to 2006 to the third album, y'all are gonna be fucking floor matted by how good that shit is. But I digress. I'll say this just right off the bat. The only thing, I guess, to me, the one takeaway for this album, if you look at it like as a negative, in a negative manner, would be that it's really raw. It's like the production is not slick on it, but I don't think it was intended to be. Like, I think it was just a bunch of 18, 19-year-old kids just wanting to play, like just wanting to get their point across. Because that's what this album did. And it, to me, and like, it really, like, a lot of people feel this way, that this album is the reason that emo music was existed, like the reason why it is around today.
It kept it alive.
And like, really, because like, I guess if you went back, I don't really know the emo subgenre that well. If I guess like The Cure and stuff like that, I guess like in the 80s, that's when it started. But like, when we're talking about like whatever you want to call it, second or third wave, like the shit like Midwest emo, whatever. Like, if you want to, like, the shit that made it mainstream and stuff like that, all these bands that came out like after Taking Back Sunday, you had like, Brand New, which Big Rival, fuck them. Then you had like Fall Out Boy. Then you had like, well,
My Chemical Romance.
My Chemical, the first.
Who's that? Good
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Good Charlotte.
Panic at the Disco's first album.
Yeah.
Like, all that real emo stuff. Like, this is kind of the mastermind behind it. Like,
their pops.
This album, it's just, there's so much nuance to it. Like, there's so much shit to it that's just like
Weezer.
And it Weezer, yeah. But there's like a bunch of stuff, like, you listen to it, it's honestly a lot of it, listening to it now, given how many years, 23 years have passed, and you're like, okay, like, if you listen to it in the mindset of 2002, like, this shit was ahead of its time, because you can go back and listen, to it, and you're like, oh, this is why this part, like, all these other bands did what they did, and like say the shit that they say. Yeah. Like, all these other bands did all this, like, they did their shit, because like this album, was a heavily influenced. So anyways, like, there's two songs on here are like the hits, I guess you would say, like, and they're two of their most iconic songs. Cute Without the E, Cut from the Team, and You're So Last Summer, which is the song that a lot of people look to as what started the emo culture, because like, the line in that song, and You're So Last Summer, is like, I apologize, or said with one last gasping breath out of, no, fuck, he's like, what the fuck, why did I forget it now? He's like, I'd slit my throat and with one last gasping breath, I'd apologize for bleeding on your shirt. It's like,
Bro.
okay, that kind of just encapsulates everything, like
Yeah.
what it turned into. Like that's just the whole emo thing, sad boy music. But
Cultural born.
yeah, pretty much. Like that's what a lot of people look at this. And bro, the whole album, like to me, it's not my favorite of their albums. It is their like essential album or like iconic, and I get it. To me, like I said, the fucking production and stuff like that, like kind of lackluster. So it's a little, that's like the one thing you could bitch about. But like the songs, man, they're fucking great to me. Like I don't think it holds up really well. I think it's, about as, especially for this genre, if you're not into it, like I think it is about as close to perfect as you can fucking get with emo music, that kind of stuff. Um, and I would have to go if I had to pick a 3-song run. I would go. Fuck, that's hard. I'll go. What's my favorite song? My favorite song off this album, and probably top 3 Taking Back Sunday song all time. Timberwolves at New Jersey, The Blue Channel, and You're So Last Summer. The way those songs just flow into each other, especially like Timberwolves going into Blue Channel with that piano. Fuck, dude. Like it is, it's perfect. It's it just, to me, it is like it's just an incredible album. And the fact that it's so monumental as into what was about to take place, like the foreshadowing of this, I guess is like all the inspiration that it had is just, it does a lot for me. It's just iconic, man. Like, and but also, like I said, there's more. Like the more we go along, the more Taking Back Sunday's coming, and I think their best work is, later on. But it is. I mean, to be a debut album, it's like fuck, dude. Like, how the fuck did you come out with this? And I know, like, I don't know if Kenny's ever been. I don't know if you've ever been too much into like emo shit, like sad boy stuff.
For
Like,
sure.
I don't know. I don't know if it's ever been one of your go-to genres, but I feel like this album is, even though being what it is, like I feel like it's very. I do feel like it is digestible to a point, and like a lot of different. Like if you like old heavy metal or new shit or pop music, I feel like there's something on this album where anybody can kind of reach in and be like, I see it. Like I fuck with it. Because just to me, it's just a lot of raw emotion to it, which helps, which helps carry the whole album. But I could go on about random bullshit, whatever, but I'll just try to cut it off. Yeah, it's close to perfect. I mean, I have to give it, to me, I have to give this album a solid. I have to give it a solid 9.5, I believe. I'll give it. I'll say 9. Trying to be realistic, I guess. To other, like, try not to be too biased, because I could really, like, for me, I could put it a 12 out of 10 just because I enjoyed. Like I said, they're the top 5 favorite bands. So obviously,
Your
there's a lot
personal
of
enjoyment, but keeping it objective,
Yeah.
it's a fantastic fucking album, front to back. It was one of the things, emo had been coming up in the 90s, but like what really helped it break onto the mainstream were bands like Taking Back Sunday, Jimmy Eat World, Dashboard Confessional, like a lot of these bands that were coming into the scene. And I think this and Jimmy Eat World's Bleed American, because Bleed American came out in '01.
Ooh, great album.
Great album. And Harley's actually seen them live. You said it was one of the better shows you'd seen.
Yeah, unexpectedly.
Yeah. But Taking Back Sunday, my favorite song on the album is probably Timberwolves at New Jersey. As a fucking absolute banger.
Banger.
I don't think you can have a wrong direction on any 3-song run on this album, because as raw as the production is, they really put a lot of time into the actual, like, the order of the songs. And I would say Ghost Man on third, Timberwolves at New Jersey, and the Blue Channel was probably my personal favorite
Yeah.
run. But there's no I in team. Cute without the E. Cute without the E is a huge hit for them, all things considered, especially on the streaming numbers. And there's no I in team is a diss track. So towards brand new and RIP brand new.
It's actually a diss track from band to band. Like this is
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah,
really.
no, fucking pot, dude. Like the emo scene of the 2000s was petty as fuck, dude. There's diss tracks.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was just okay. All right.
They got more. They got
I
more
realized
diss
I Team
tracks
was one
at
of my
that
favorites.
point than they probably got more diss tracks at that point than rap had at that point.
More than Jay-Z, that's for sure.
Yeah, because like at least popular
Fuck
ones.
Jay-Z.
Like
Yeah.
Take It Back Sunday and Brand New went back and forth on at least two songs.
Hell yeah.
Could have been some other shit, and then you got bands like later on that were influenced by the Taking Back Sundays and all that. So you have bands like A Day to Remember that was doing diss tracks towards other bands in that time
I think
period.
I
But
remember
no,
all that era. Yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah,
this is like their older brother or whatever. Like Taking
yeah.
Back
This is
Sunday
like their
would be
older
like
brother, and I would say inarguably better music in my opinion. I really like Taking Back Sunday a lot. From every, I didn't expect to like them as much as I did because I did not come up in a house where emo music was being played like that, and it's the first time I heard it. I was just like, this is really whiny. But actually sitting down and listening to a whole album front to back, I was blown away, especially by the instrumentation on this album. The recording is raw as hell, and it needs to be for something that is this raw emotionally. I would give it a solid 8.5 out of 10.
oh yeah. So this is kind of like in similar feeling to like Fantastic Damage. I'm listening to it at first, and I could tell that Harley really liked this album by the group chat, and I was just like, oh fuck, like I'm gonna have to explain how I don't like this album, and like and I was like 3 songs in, and I'm like, ah hell, like because I do like Day to Remember. I kind of was raised on like the emo sad boy music type stuff, Sleeping with Sirens, Day to Remember, My Chemical Romance, and then my cousin was into some super heavy shit. Ironically, the same cousin that showed me Flaming Lips was also just into like I wrestled a bear once and like just the heaviest fucking music you can
They
find.
are they are pretty fucking heavy for the genre though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We buttered the bread with butter.
Dude, we butter the bread with butter is ass, dude. I'm sorry. They I will sit there and listen to some bands, but like we butter the bread with butter is
That's
genuinely
a
some of the
band.
worst music of it. Yes,
Why?
exactly. Anyway,
That's such
carry
a
on.
joke.
I don't even want to give them the
Um,
time of day. Carry on.
oh Lord, man. Okay. All right. So apparently, I haven't seen the worst of the worst band names and song titles yet. That's a good. It gives me hope. Um, but yeah, I ended up really liking this album though. Iron Team was where it really kind of hit into kind of like saved it. That was the Stepfather Factory of this album,
Mhm.
And then my 3 song run was Iron Team, 20th Century Romances, and then Ghost on Third Street. I think I abbreviated it in my notes, so hopefully I got those titles right.
Ghost Man on third. You
Ghost
close.
Man on Third. You know,
Ghost on
what did I
Third
say?
Street.
Ghost on Third Street. That's how you know. That's how you know I'm a rapper. Jay Z. All right. Yeah. So Taking Back Sunday, I like it closed out very very strong. Like it was like it went from
Oh
being
yeah.
like it is very unpolished as a word I've kind of used for it. It's very unpolished. It's very raw. You can tell that this is a first album. It's kind of like now that I've gotten the context on like I did hear like the DNA of like the Panic at the Discos and A Day to Remember. I did definitely. I was like, okay, this is in that same family, because like a lot of my friends when I was in high school were super into this type of music too, and like I kind of wasn't, but I was getting into it, and like I would always hear them talk about. I guess I'm hearing them talk about beefs and whatnot. Looking back, I guess I've heard a lot about all this. So it's kind of good to hear the Illmatic out of this. Um, and it's definitely the same type of vibes for sure. Um, for me personally, I kind of like Harley said something about alluding to it might be sound kind of dated. I could probably kind of co-sign that. It sounds very you got if you put yourself in 2002 and think about listening to this album, then it kind of hits differently if you just are looking back on it like, oh, this is an album that from 20, you're just looking back on it to listen to an album, in my
Mm.
opinion. Like once I was able to like kind of make that mental adjustment, which the album cover, I don't know what it was about the album cover, I'm weird. It made me like it when I looked at the album cover and I'm listening to the music and I'm really like trying to get into it. Like
and like I'm like, all right, 2002, like, and then like I look at the thing, I'm like, all right, I'm on a road trip and shit, you know, and like I don't know, this is a very like Midwest emo type of track. It's a Midwest rock,
Yep.
it's very it fits its the genre subgenre that it was birthing, reviving. It definitely it makes sense, and it's earned its place in that. And it's earned that type of distinction, I think. So for me, I give it a 6.5 out of 10. And yeah, that Iron Team, 20th Century Romances, and Ghost Man on Third Street. That's my that's my 3-song run.
I mean, I gotta co-sign with you that this album ends better. Like it's weird. Like to me, like if I hadn't heard it so much and I knew what was coming, like the first few songs, it's like you could bypass it. And sometimes I
Yeah,
do. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I do. Like I'll go to No Iron Team and then listen out. Just depends.
yeah,
Sort of like depends what mood I am, I guess. But like the first two songs kind of are a little, and then like then you got Cute Without the E, which is obviously a hit for him. But then it is like, but the back half of the album, my God, dude, like they saved the best for last, really. I mean, cause that shit,
yeah, yeah.
it gets better. Like it's one of those albums that just gets better the further you get into it. It's wild.
Absolutely. At least you want more too. Like at the end of it, I wanted to hear more, and
Yeah,
that's good because with our attention spans getting rapidly attacked by short form media content and stuff in this day and age, it's hard to get through albums and just in general. By the end of the album, you're like, oh God, man, I just want to freaking consume some reels, Um,
yeah,
so like for it to be able to leave me wanting more, like in a good way at the end of it, that was impressive. Definitely impressive.
yeah.
6.5 might be too low for it, but also like it's just with the album that was in this with Maroon 5 and the boys, and then what was about to be my number one album. It was hard to it's hard to compete. This is a rough year, So
Oh
out of
yeah.
that, in a different year, this might have been like a higher ranking for me also. So yeah. I definitely enjoy it. Definitely, I'm glad for the knowledge or kind of like the perspective on what influenced some of the music I grew up around,
Yeah, it's a stacked
for
it's a
sure.
stacked year for sure. And like I said, I might be biased with the 9 ranking on it, and like it is what it is. And I think a lot of it, and I do think a lot of it really truthfully is just the lasting impact this had on the scene, like on that
Yeah,
genre of music. It's like why I kind of have
it's
it bumped up
influential.
like a 9. Because, like I said, I mean, but the back half of the album, it holds up. It does. Like, it carries it. And then it kind of, but it makes, like you said, it kind of makes it better because, like, it carries you and you're like, all right, I'm ready to hear some more shit from them. And then it kind of goes,
Absolutely.
and I don't know. To me, y'all will find out, like, I think their albums flow really well together. I really do. Like, the way they have them, I feel like they complement each other if you listen to them all at once. Like if you kind of just go like listen to one a day or what, like, and you tie into each other, it's like okay, this makes sense, and you can hear the progression on each album. So, but anyways, I'm done. Like we can move past it. But yeah. So what's
Was
for your number one album, Kenny?
for my number one album, uh, Trama, I need you on this one. So go ahead and type that, John, for me on the track listing because it's a whole bunch of slashes and dots and equal signs and whatnot, and I just don't even know what to say about all that. It's Reanimation by Linkin
Hmm.
Park, man.
Well, you got oh,
We lose Kenny.
we
What
lost Kenny.
happened? What happened?
I don't know. You're back now though. You just need to put your I can edit it out. Don't worry.
Okay, cool. My bad, y'all. I don't know what the hell.
Yeah, there you
Um,
go. I don't.
uh, Dino
It's
Crisis
Dino
for real,
Crisis.
dog. Like I don't know, but I was right in the middle of I was like Reanimation by.
I was like, the
Oh, he
government
dead,
got
bro. I ain't
it.
reanimating shit today, dog. You fucking gone, done for. We are recording again though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we never stopped recording. I'll edit that out.
Badass. It might be good. It might be good content. You never know. Dino Crisis. All
No,
right,
because it
listen,
was
Dad,
it
this is
resolved itself pretty quick. So like we might keep it in too.
yeah. Get my scream in there and everything.
Yeah,
But yeah,
no.
Reanimation is my #1 album for 2002. On this lovely year, man. AD. Not talking about Anthony Davis, neither. I'm talking about After the Death of Christ. Reanimation, man. And the song titles on this are they're a lot to get. They're a lot to try to process. But this is basically a remix album. This was recorded while they were on tour for Hybrid Theory, which was their one of us covered it on 2001. I know.
You
And
did.
Yeah.
yeah,
Wait, did you
it's a
Arlen?
legendary.
I'm pretty sure I did because that's one of my. Either me or Kenny did, but like to me, that's because I remember me and him talking like that's without a
It's such a good
doubt that's
album.
a perfect album. Like that's a 10
Yeah.
on a bad day.
Oh yeah.
Like
Shout out to the Xbox 360 for having the Hybrid Theory on it, man. Like I used to play like the Call of Duty Modern Warfare and drink Mountain Dew and listen to Hybrid Theory.
Yeah.
um, yeah, and then Reanimation's kind of like that if it's like made and flipped for just like conscious rap or kind of like West Coast underground rap or whatever. This is also this album has Mike Shinoda's best rapping performances on it. Period. I believe. No,
That
98. I
I
believe.
fully agree with that.
Period. Yeah, exactly. And it's like basically what this does is it kind of reimagines, I guess would be a lot of what the word for it. A lot of the songs from Hybrid Theory, or all the songs from Hybrid Theory, and then some. And it's just got a lot more rapping from Mike Shinoda because this is basically a rap album. It's a remix album, but I wrote something down. It's uh, like parts electronic music. It's parts rock music, obviously. It's parts just backpack hip hop. And then it's parts DJing, like the scratching on there, like DJ Hand, it's so good. And the song titles are crazy. The features are crazy. The features are awesome, man. That Black Thought verse and Executioner style is what I want to, is kind of what keeps popping into my head is the best feature on the album. But really, Pharoah Monch, his appearance on this was fantastic.
On high
Now,
voltage.
Trevor, will you help me out? High voltage, yeah, like the
Yeah,
first,
it's just like weird spellings. A
when you
lot
look
of
at the
these
track listing,
because like you look at the outside of the opening, the actual first song on the album with it's like Points of Authority, and that's probably the easiest one to figure out, especially since it's like a remix of Points of Authority. And then the next one is like ENTH space E space ND, and then you figure out that's in the end. And
yeah, yeah,
then you got Forgotten with
my,
Alchemist and Charlie
my
Tuna
December
on it.
was fun.
My
That
December
was
is
that was a good one, but yeah,
no, they're
Yeah,
my
that's
all
December
my
was
favorite.
definitely one of my favorites. With You was great. Now what's that 3-song run in there with You? What's before and after With You?
With you. Then there's an intermission, but as far as songs, it goes With You, Paper Cut, and Runaway.
We're gonna go with that. Taking out the intermission, but I would like because my December's after that, right?
Yeah, my December goes in right after Runaway.
Okay, we're gonna special edition. It's gotta be 3. All right, after the intermission, we'll go with that's my 3-song run. I really do love this album, man, and I think it's like I wish that Fort Minor, which is Mike Shinoda's rap project, for those of you who don't know, this is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will. The same kids that were bumping Till I Collapse were bumping that, wearing tap out shirts and shit.
they're all in jail. It's
yeah, y'all are fucking y'all get angry in traffic a lot, don't y'all? But yeah, so I wish that kind of Mike Shinoda would have went. This is like the birth of Fort Minor, I think. I think it's where he really like honed himself as an MC, like for real. I'd say he wasn't that before, but this is just like I think it's his best rapping, to date, and probably the best we'll ever get from him. And Reanimation is, to me, I gave it a 10 off the rip. Then I had to try to be a little bit objective. It's a 9.5. Like Reanimation is my favorite Linkin Park album, and that's a crazy thing to say for it being a remix album. It's also the 4th highest selling remix album of all time. There's also a movie that goes with it, which I found out, this week, which is neat. I haven't watched the movie yet, but it's got like the freaking Lincoln, well, like the Park Formers or whatever,
Yeah.
the anime Transformer Lincoln Park things.
Yeah.
And I
Hey,
definitely want to watch
your
that because I
your
was reading
video's
about it a little bit. It
frozen.
looks really cool. Mine is.
Yeah, your video's frozen.
Hold on a second.
It may be the background. Yeah.
Yeah, see if that fixes it. Dino Crisis out now. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Reaction. I give it a 9.5 out of 10. Man, it's a great album. Black Thought has probably the most memorable feature, but shout out to all the features. I think Trevor told me that he's like these all these conscious rappers that I just forgot existed that they just showed up on this album.
Yeah,
And
fucking Ace
yeah,
Alone,
I'm gonna kick it off. I'm gonna kick it back.
Evidence, Pharaoh Monch, Black Thought. The one that really freaked me out was was the Jurassic 5's Charlie Tuna just out of nowhere. Because I straight up forgot he existed.
Yeah, yeah. It's like this is very when you give like the context of it was recorded during the tour for Hybrid Theory. I think it has a little bit, of
Mm.
your tour too. Um,
Do what?
on 2003, but influence in the Meteora is there. I can hear a lot of the the like the bridge between Hybrid Theory to Meteora in it. How about you, gentlemen? If you're not frozen.
No, the reanimation as a project is incredibly interesting because it's a lot more than just hybrid, like a remix album of Hybrid Theory. There's a lot going on in there, and they make
Hmm.
completely new songs.
Hmm.
Like what they did with In the End, especially because it's a night and day thing. Because like In the End as a song is like a heart wrenching ballad, and then the way they turned it into like almost an upbeat like boom bap track is just like the
Yeah,
way. Yeah, like and you see so many examples of this throughout the album, but
incredible.
they still stick to like there is some like almost emo roots in what
Yeah,
Lincoln Park does. There's a lot of um there's a lot of emotionally charged music, and you got that a lot in new metal. Like, not many people think of Korn as a band you can cry to, but they are absolutely a band you can cry to. They've got some heart wrenching shit. Same thing with Slipknot. Even Limp Bizkit has like some very emotionally charged songs, but Linkin Park was definitely the ones that perfected like the emotional aspect in the new metal genre, and had the best rapping. Just like I mean, Noah, like Fred Durst, like you can joke about him if you want to as a person. He's not a bad rapper, but like compared to Mike Shinoda, it's night and day. And
Mike
this
Shinoda's that
album,
dude, man. Like,
this album, absolutely, I think it legitimizes Mike Shinoda as a rapper as well as a producer because he produced the album himself as well. And of course,
yeah,
you have the DJ for what is
I don't think it's DJ Hand. I'm gonna send it.
DJ Han. Yeah, DJ Han.
Han.
And
Han. Yeah,
yeah, but
DJ
no,
Han. Hand.
but he fully sends.
Scratches
And
are dope. Like
yeah, and
Chester's
he's also
performances
the
on there.
direct he's also the DJ is also the director of the mini movie they made for it.
Ah, okay.
So
So he had
yeah,
a lot
they're
to do with the
all
aesthetic then.
super talented people.
Yeah.
My
Chester
three
had a good
song
moments on it.
yeah. My 3 song run is Executioner Style, High Voltage, and With You. Cutting out the riff raff skit, which really is just more of a bridge between the gap of High Voltage and With You. But all in all, it's one of the best. It's honestly like if this was just a rap album and there was no context of the Hybrid Theory or anything before that, and they were just a rap group and this came out, this would still be like one of the best rap albums of 2002, outside of the fact that it's a remix album. I'm gonna have to
Absolutely.
go with an 8.5 out of 10. It's very well put together album, and it just makes it all that much better when Meteora drops the year after.
Bex. How are we feeling, Harley?
Yeah. Well,
I remember the first time seeing this album cover, and like I remember seeing it back in the day. I was like, hell yeah, Linkin Park. And I was like, reanimate, and I was like, I remember seeing, I'm like, huh. I'm like, so it's like the same song or whatever. And then I heard it, I'm like, what the fuck is this? So like it pissed me off when I was like 8 years old.
Yeah.
And then I was,
Yeah.
and then I gave it a listen. And like that's what's crazy, like it pissed me off. And like each time it just pissed me off, and then like less and less. Because I've listened to it, I don't know, like probably like in my lifetime, I probably listened to it like probably 15 times, I guess. I mean, realistically, like, it's not because I don't know, like in my head, I'm like, it's the song, when they're not even the same, like, it's just the titles, really, and then they got a sample from the other song, but like, really, it's a completely different thing. Like, I swear to God, like, on the
Yeah.
creativity alone, like, this is a fucking gold mine. Like, it's
It sounds
so
so different from
wild.
anything else.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
how they got them songs to this, like how they got it to that point was fucking nuts. Like it's crazy, man. I mean,
Absolutely. Like,
but it's not, and it's I don't know. Like to me, like hybrid theory is their go to. Like I know it might be a basic answer, but like to me, like that will always be their best work, their best album. And I don't think they necessarily peaked from there, like because they have some great, like Linkin Park is just an awesome band, but
Linkin Park's
Reanimation, like
dog.
it's not one of my favorites on like just the daily listening, but like I'm telling you, like creatively and like artistically, like it is so fucking good. Like it's crazy
Absolutely.
how they got all that stuff, like just how they got it from there to there. And the other thing that pissed me off though is how they
Yeah.
had the one thing that pisses me off on this is how they had like high voltage in my December on here, like sampled and shit. But you didn't hear that shit. You didn't hear the actual songs until later when they released a fucking bonus track. And then you like, God damn, my December is the best fucking song that Linkin Park's ever done. And like, why the fuck did they hold out on me that
Agreed.
long? I know we
Bastards.
talked about that the
Should have
last
fucking
time.
dropped that. Yeah. No, it's a banger, bro. It probably is the best Linkin Park song of all time, in my opinion as well. Although
Like
I'm
if
a
they
Menace
would
to
have
Midnight
released it,
person. Do
like
what?
if they would have released that shit as a single back in the cut, fuck,
Oh God,
that would
bro.
have been like it would have been a wrap.
Yeah, if they would have ended Hybrid Theory with that, oh man. Oh
Oh,
man.
If
Fucking it's
hybrid,
over
yeah,
with.
dude, if they would have put high voltage in, if they would have put both of them on there and specifically had My December like closing the album, Hybrid Theory would be in like objectively would be in the best albums of all time arguments.
and it already is.
Yeah.
That's what's
Yeah.
crazy.
It,
But like
it'd be
it would
like in that, it'd be in that top tier, be in that.
yeah, it would solidify itself in like, top five status. Like, and that's not biased. That's not exaggerating. Like, that album is that fucking good. And like,
Absolutely.
if it closed with My December, yeah, goat, goated. It
Oh
already
yeah.
is me. But anyway, I digress. I think overall, hmm, yeah,
5.
I have to go. I have to go 7.5 with it, probably 8.
Bet.
Just and like I said, it's not my favorite. It's not like something like I think it's the best work or whatever, but it is like creatively, it is like my God, that's fucking crazy.
It's fun. And like I can only imagine what it sounded like in 2002 when they just got hit with this shit, you know?
Hmm.
um but let's let the man have his spotlight for the here. Take it away, Trevor.
All right. So as far as critical acclaim, on the albums we've talked about beforehand, this is probably the one that is the least critically acclaimed album, and that's actually surprising because I'm not going to confirm nor deny, but I'm pretty sure this is more than one person's favorite album of 2002. It's definitely mine. It is Audio Slave's self-titled album, and for those not in the know, Audio Slave is the guitarist, bassist, and drummer of Rage Against the Machine, fronted by singer of Soundgarden fame, Chris Cornell, who is my favorite singer of all time. So there's going to be a lot of bias in this, but I don't even think I have to have any bias to say this is one of the most insane alternative metal albums ever made. And this is my personal favorite of their three albums they were together for and made. But they tried to make it they tried to make the band not appear to be sonically just Rage Against the Machine with Chris Cornell singing. And though there's a couple songs on this album that does come off, that's not necessarily a bad thing at all because there's not a bad song on this album. Each one of them stands out, none of them sound the same, and they're all fucking banging in exactly what the track listing calls for. And you want to talk about an opening track? Cochise has got you covered. You want to talk about an opening track? Show Me How to Live has you covered. And I'm not going to do that for every song, but my point being, you could put any one of these songs as the opening track, at least of like all the way up to like What You Are, which is the fourth track. All of them sound like they could be the opening track to any album in this genre. And that's like a halfway gripe, but really I don't have a gripe with it. I only have one like small, tiny little gripe at the end, but Cochise goes into Show Me How to Live, and Show Me How to Live is intensity. If you could describe a song with one word, intensity would probably be the right one to describe Show Me How to Live. Fantastic music video as well. Chris Cornell, this whole video is just going to be me glazing Chris Cornell, but for good reason, because this is him, and Harley, please correct me if I'm wrong, but he was not in his prime at this point. But it did not matter because Chris Cornell, well past his prime, is better than 99% of singers ever. So, and that just goes to show you like the talent of Chris. But going from Show Me How to Live, it goes straight into, if I'm not mistaken, Gasoline, which is another absolute fucking ripper of a song. And to that point, probably the heaviest song on the album. And then What You Are comes on after that. And Chris he just stays in this high registry for the chorus of What You Are. And it sounds like it physically hurts to sing like that. And I can only imagine that it did.
Yeah.
And right after What You Are, we finally get a chance to calm down with Like a Stone, which is one of the most beautiful ballads of all time. It's just fantastic song front to back. And I would say I don't know if it's the biggest hit on this album. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. But if it isn't, it deserves to be because it's just a perfect song front to back. The guitar solos up to this point, but especially Like a Stone's guitar solo, Tom Morello has a very unique way of playing, and that's understating it because I've never heard anybody play a guitar like Tom Morello. And the reason for that is instead of 90% of the time, he's not going to play a conventional guitar solo. He is going to turn his guitar into a turntable because of his time in Raising His Machine. They're a rap metal band. And instead of having a DJ, it was just Tom. And that influence is obviously going to be prevalent in anything he plays. But Like a Stone is probably the most straight up and down guitar solo up to this point in the track listing. And we'll get to the most run of the mill, if you can even call it that, guitar solo later on. But then it goes into Set It Off. And Set It Off is one of the most powerful songs on this album. And it just lights a fucking fire in you. And if I'm not mistaken, it's Harley's favorite song. It's one of my favorite songs on this album and just absolute banger. But then it goes into what used to be my favorite song on this album, Shadow on the Sun. And Shadow on the Sun is an incredibly dynamic song. Starts off very low, very like very, very low, very chill, even more chill, like along the line of like Getaway Car or like a Stone, and we'll get into those later. But um, then it goes into being arguably the heaviest song on the album, and then it just plays with this dynamic throughout the song, which leads to an, for lack of a better word, explosive outro with Chris Cornell doing basically scream vocals, which if you're familiar with Chris, he is very well capable of. But like in this particular outro, it just blows me away every single time. Then it goes into "I Am the Highway," which is a very, very well placed juxtaposition to something like "Shadow on the Sun." And it's a very powerful song with lyrics basically saying, I'm not just a small figment of something in your life. I'm the over encompassing, the bigger picture. I am not the wheels on your car. I am the highway they ride on. I am not a star. I am the sky itself. Very, very great lyrics from Chris. And in my opinion, of the four songwriters of the big four of grunge, I would say, or of the big four of the singers, rather, because Lane didn't write a lot of the songs in Alice in Chains, but still a phenomenal singer. But I digress. Chris, to me, is the best songwriter of the four. And with the songs on this, although vocally he was out of his prime, I don't think he ever left his prime as a songwriter because the man could just make you feel like blowing up the White House or like fucking breaking down and crying in the fetal position. And he could just make you feel any emotion he wanted to with the words he put on paper. But after I Am the Highway, it goes into my personal favorite 3-song run on the album with Exploder, Hypnotize, and Bring 'Em Back Alive. And Exploder is a very hard driving, heavy, very rage type of song. You can almost hear um, Zach De La Roca dropping a verse about why the government is horrible on it. But then Chris pops in out of nowhere and fucking complements the song perfectly. Then Hypnotize comes on, and Hypnotize is probably the most rage sounding song on this album. It sounds like something you would have heard on Evil Empire for sure. But lyrically, it's a very well named song, a very hypnotizing kind of a song. The bass line from Tim Commerford is very, very prevalent, not just in this song specifically, but all throughout the album as well. And Bring 'Em Back Alive is another Shadow on the Sun esque song that plays with dynamics, and probably my personal favorite song on the album. Then it goes into Light My Way, which is another fantastic song. And it has this like twinkling, like keyboard sound from Tom Morello's guitar throughout the second verse. And just a fantastic song. And then it goes into the last ballad on the album, which is Getaway Car. And an absolutely beautiful song. And probably the most straight up and down guitar solo that you get from Tom Morello on this, and it's a very, very good guitar solo. And right after that, it goes into what I think is personally the weakest cut on the album, in The Last Remaining Light, but it's not a bad cut at all. It's just compared to the rest of the songs before it, it's just a bit underwhelming. But overall, I would say flipping Getaway Car with The Last Remaining Light would have made this like even better than it was. But with only those two things being the gripes on the album, I don't even think it matters as much. Every song on this album is perfectly placed, and I got to go with a 10 out of 10 on this. And Harley, we'll get your thoughts while we try to get Kenny back.
Well, Kenny back. Hey, audio song. It's a fucking 10 out of 10. It's a masterpiece. It's an iconic album. Like my dad had this. He bought this CD in 2002, and like this, the album cover with the big old flame and the damn whatever that's supposed to be, like a crater, like a moon. I don't know what. Looks like some kind of planet. I don't know what the fuck it is. It don't matter. It's weird, I guess, but it's awesome. Like to me, it's just one of the most iconic album covers of all time. And I guess it's just because I've seen it for so long. And like my dad, man, we listened to the fuck out of this album. And then I was the one that got Trevor. I think he'd heard a few songs, but I was the one that got him into it.
Like the B sides and all that you showed me, because I remember like being like, yeah, I like Audio Slave. You were like, check this out, and I was just like, I love Audio Slave.
mm-hmm.
I do like that.
Yeah, you were like, I know, show you how to live. And my dad was like, oh, and dad was like, yeah, do you know Exploder? And you're like, I don't know what that is. And then like Brett started playing you the deep cuts, and you're like, oh fuck.
The deep cuts on this album to me are like leagues above the hits on this album, but the hits are still phenomenal. Like they like a Stone is still like I think that's probably the biggest hit on the album. That or Show Me How to Live, but both of those songs are just so fucking good that despite them being hits, I mean, it absolutely makes sense why they're hits. But you could have made any song on this album a hit.
Oh yeah. But
Absolutely.
I'll say my 3-song run is Set It Off, Shadow on the Sun, and what the fuck am I Am the Highway. Like those 3 songs, like what the fuck, dude? If I had to pick, I mean, you can pick any 3 songs on this album, though, you'll be fine. Really.
There's
But
not there's no incorrect answers.
no.
Right.
But like I'm like you, dude. Like Exploder, Hypnotize, bring them back alive. Like that's tough. I remember Getaway Car was your favorite there for a long time, Trevor.
Yeah, and like because I'd heard I Am the Highway, and to me, Getaway Car is a better version of I Am the
Oh
Highway.
yeah, yep.
And that's not to say I don't like I Am the Highway. I love I Am the Highway, but Getaway Car is just a very special song to me. But Bring 'Em Back Alive and Hypnotize are still probably my 2 favorite songs on the album. Like, there's just something about them, especially the way Hypnotize flows into Bring 'Em
Bring
Back
'em back.
Alive. It's just fucking perfect.
Yeah, this album's perfect. I don't know what to say. Like you could say so much about it, but that's just like cut to the point. Like straight to the point, cut to the chase. Fucking, you know, fighting off people trying to fuck my ass. Like whatever you gotta say. It's like that's it, bro. Like let's listen to some Morgan
Man,
Wallen.
it's a 10.
You can't do this shit
No,
unless you
God,
listen
not
to
that.
Morgan
Fuck
Wallen
JD.
like me.
Um,
Morgan Wallen, bro. Listen. Yeah, Audio Slave debut album. Straight up. Top 10 album all time for me. Like, objectively, like, if you enjoy any music, like rock music especially, like, it's got to be a top 10 album. Like, it's so fucking good. It's so easy to listen to, easily digest. Just everything about it. It's just perfect. It's perfect. Everything.
all the
was
good
awesome.
words. All right. This album was horrible. I don't know what the wait, All right.
Exactly. Fuck this bullshit. This fucking
Zero.
God, we could slip the mask down. Thank fucking God.
I fucking hate Audio Slave so much. This was all right. No,
This
I'm
shit
joking.
remind me of the pandemic.
Pandemic, yeah. Lil Baby's album was better.
Yeah. Word life.
Fucking Lil B clears.
Lil B shitting on motherfucking Audio Slave, bro.
Little B the bass god.
It's bass god, bro. All right. No, in all seriousness, this album's a 10, man. It's the only 10 from this year. And I think it's rightfully said. And there's not really much I can say that these other 2 gentlemen have not already said, because I am kind of new to all the, like this genre and this band in general. But I've been hearing Like a Stone since I was a kid, and Show Me How to Live. And Show Me How to Live, it's good. I mean, like I said, this album's a 10, but Like a Stone to me is probably one of my top 20 favorite songs of all time, maybe even top 10. I really want to give it the top 10. It's probably a top 10 song to me of all time. I'll go ahead and give it that. And I've listened to probably at least a million individual songs in my life, you know? So my 3 song run was Like a Stone, Set It Off, and Shadow on the Sun. Because like Trevor was saying, like Shadow on the Sun, and then it's so freaking good, man. It's so good. It takes you from here to here, and it does it in such a just a mountainous way. It's like going to try to take a trip to go see Trevor in real life. It's like, oh Lord, like
Yeah.
so like uh this is just a phenomenal album. I can't wait to listen to it more, so I can come back with more of a educated take, because I'm probably giving like kind of like a basic bitch type take. But I like my take. And yeah, like to say that Chris Cornell was not in his prime in this is just like, that's incredible, because like this is just the songwriting on it's incredible. It's relatable. It's all, and it just not just to me obviously, because it's these are gigantic songs, but it relates to whatever you're going through and can plug in so well. And I think that when you're a songwriter, that's what you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
and like it's so hard to do, to make something like a Stone. It's like it almost sounds simple, but it's not simple. It's so not simple, like and then like it's just, this album just echoes that so much. Like it's such a great album, man. It's a 10 out of 10. R.I.P. Chris Cornell. Thank you for all the music you blessed us with. I do think that on Exploder, I do think that a rap verse would have been kind of cool though. Like now that you said that, Trevor, I think that would have been kind of neat.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah,
That's the magic
that's all I've
of
got.
that's the
10
magic
out
of
of
the
10.
Rage band.
Yeah. Yeah. Tom Morello, shouts out my boyfriend younger. Like he had like a 10. I watched that with him, and so I'd be like, no, I know about Tom Morello. I don't know shit about any other genre of music, but I know Tom Morello, so that's good. Um, yeah, and keep on Morelloing.
That's
Keep
right.
on rocking in the free world, brother.
Keep on rocking in the free world. I would Galaxy News Radio say, Three Dog. I'm sorry.
It's all good. That was what is exactly what we needed.
Radio Free Wasteland. Imagine if that was music from Fallout instead of freaking the oldies. It would have been fire. Like, you imagine like that was the aesthetic? Like,
Yeah, fucking Like a Stone plays as your dad dies. Like,
oh God, bro! Like, show me how to. This guy got him like reaching for like the thing.
god damn. But
We got some mashups to make. I've been fire up that cap cut because we got some dumb shit to do.
that's right. Before we get into our shout outs, we are also a sports podcast, so we're going to do a little not even 5 minute. I'm just going to give you all a rundown on the scores right now. Coming out of halftime, Alabama is up 17-14 on Vanderbilt. Would have never seen that coming.
Come on, Vandy.
Come on, Vandy.
Come on, Vandy.
Huh?
Fuck Alabama.
That's right. All right. I know you're from Memphis. I know you're a Tigers fan, but I didn't know if I know you're not a big Volunteers fan. I didn't know if you didn't like Vandy either.
Fuck Tennessee.
Yeah, fuck Rocky Top. Anyway, we
I
got
don't give Prince about no more dogs.
Florida is up 22-7 on Texas. That's
Damn. That's
surprising.
crazy.
Notre Dame's up 21-7 on Boise State. UCLA is beaten. They were up quite a bit on Penn State. They were up like 27-7. Penn State came back up 21. Virginia is up 2014 on Louisville. And as far as the games that have already happened, if it will show me the scores, BYU beat West Virginia yesterday 38-24. Cincinnati did come out on top and beat number 14 Iowa State. So there is at least one upset for the day. Georgia beat Kentucky 35-14. Michigan beat Wisconsin 24-10, and Illinois finally snuck one out on Purdue 43-27.
That's crazy.
Yep. But yeah,
Who's
stay
Memphis
tuned.
play this week?
Huh?
Who does Memphis play this week?
Yeah, because y'all are 5-0. If y'all get a
Mhm.
win this week, y'all might fuck around and get in the top 25, and we'd love to see that.
Yes,
Y'all
sir.
play Tulsa at 5 p.m., so there's a good chance y'all are going to win.
We gonna rock that.
Yeah, y'all got y'all got it's at home too, so
Oh yeah,
go watch y'all some
no,
Tigers football.
I'm sure people are.
Well, that's
A
5
lot of
p.m. my
people are.
time, so it's at 7 o'clock y'all's time. Y'all got a night game.
Nice. That's a good night for it, for sure.
Oh yeah. Anyway, we're gonna go into these 2002 the albums that did not quite make the cut, and I'll go ahead. I really only got one because this was a really weird year, and I feel like there's a couple albums that I don't want to take away from people. But Turn on the Bright Lights from Interpol. It's post-punk revival. It's kind of like it's very like it's got a garage rock kind of feel to it, but it's not. It's a very emotionally charged album. The one song I'd recommend from this album is Obstacle One, which is probably their biggest hit. And yeah, Interpol Forever. I'd give it a good 7.5, 8 out of 10.
I like that album. Back when I listened to it for the like when we were gonna do we were prepping last year. I
Yeah.
really like that album. I'd like to revisit it.
It's a fun album. It's a fun time. It's different as hell, but it's a really, really, really good album.
For sure.
But what are y'all's shout outs?
I'm trying to remember.
I know By the Way came out. I figured I'd let you have that one.
Really a big shout out for me was the debut album of Coheed and Cambria, the Second Stage Turbine Blade. That album, we're gonna get into some Coheed and Cambria. Shout out my ex-wife. That's her favorite band. They're so good, dude. Like, but their album, like their whole catalog, except for one album, and well, this last album they just put out was like the closing to the book series. Like, there's a whole concept behind Coheed. Like, the whole thing was like the singer and guitar and the singer and one of the lead guitar players. Like, there's two guitar players, it's him, Claudio, and then Travis. And yeah, Claudio's like he wrote this whole book, like this whole world or whatever called the Amory Wars, and then he pretty much wrote like 8 or 9 albums that followed like all his books. So like it's a whole lot of conceptual, like all kind of myth, like fictional shit. It's wild. It's cool though. But so it's like the start of them, doing all this crazy shit, and yeah, it's fucking awesome. Like it's a great album. I saw them on the 20th anniversary for it, and I actually got to see them play 4 or 5 songs off of it. It starts out, to me, it's a good album, solid album all the way, but I think it's top heavy, like the first 3 songs. Like they got an intro, and then it's like Time Consumer, Devil in Jersey City, and oh fuck, I can't. Hell, I done forgot it now. But either way, that's a solid album to check out. Trevor said, "By the Way" from the Chili Peppers. Yeah, well, it's a good.
We kind of wore ourselves out on the Chili Peppers.
Yeah,
a little bit, and the fact that Anthony Kiedis is dating someone young enough to be his granddaughter, it's just gotten really fucking gross at this point.
Boo.
Yep.
Boo. Californication's hard though, but boo.
Boo.
Is all you got, Harley?
Pretty sure.
Alrighty.
I don't know. I didn't check my notes, but you can go ahead.
For sure. I've got 3, but I'm gonna try to just kind of like boom, boom, boom because it's it's a lot to take in. I left some stuff off this list that would probably be like, why the hell did you leave those off the list? Those are Kenny albums, and the answer is because I wanted to. I wanted to take some liberty to do what the fuck I wanted to do in my life, and branch out and get my own apartment. But yeah. Anyways, so God's Son by Nas is a great album. Standouts are The Cross, which was produced by Eminem, and other, again, like the pinnacle of Eminem beat making, Then it's also got Thug's Mansion. That's the biggest song probably from it, with Tupac. Thug's Mansion's an iconic, like I think it's like maybe even an iconic hip hop song just in general. And yeah, the whole album's great. The whole album's great. It's a good Nas album. Made You Look is actually probably the biggest song. Nas made an album, made a song you could step to. Was his whole thing was he wanted to make a song you could dance to, but it's still like they shooting. Made you look. You know, the beat's insane. The Clips, they dropped their first album this year, that year, and I listened to it, man, and honestly, just respectfully, not impressed. I don't know. I don't know what it is about it that I not for me, I guess. It was okay, but Pusha T sounds a little bit too young, man. Like it's just I think like Pusha T needs to sound like he's fucking just killed somebody, you know, like in his raps,
Yeah,
like the way
40 years old.
Do what?
Minimum 40 years old.
Yeah. He
Well,
sounds
no,
like
but
he's
when and if we when we make it to 2025 though, we are absolutely going to talk about the Clips album that dropped this year.
Oh yeah, no, 2025 is gonna be a crazy year looking back, man. Like, cause there's a lot of good music that's come out for sure.
Bullshit.
But the Clips didn't do it on this one though. Young Thug did it, you know, last week with the I forget the name of the title of the damn album, but yeah. But yeah, then there was one more. Oh yeah, the 8 Mile soundtrack. The 8 Mile soundtrack came out. Lose Yourself came out. Which also Nas is on there, 50's on there with Wanksta. Great album. Go check it out. I'm sure some other shit came out. Oh no, Nellyville, which has Air Force Ones and Dilemma on it, like you know, and then the Air Force Ones. I'm wearing Air Force Ones right now. You know, influence dog. But yeah, that's all I got.
Hold up, before we get off, you got to shout out, and it's a shame it didn't make our list, but we got to shout out one of the most infamous albums to ever come out of Memphis.
Oh yeah,
Back Into Your System, Saliva. Click,
oh,
click, boom, bitch.
Yeah, Chronicles of the Juice Man came out that year too.
Oh god damn it! It did. Fucking fuck.
Shout out Memphis.
Dude.
Shout out Juice and Jay.
North,
Yeah.
Memphis Part 2, man. Raise your
Oh,
thumbs
God.
up, my bro. North.
Yeah.
Raise your thumbs up, brothers.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, look. We used to sing that at the DC. One of my friends. Shout out Johnny Russell. He fucking, goddamn, me and him were like big Juicy J. Like we're big 3-6 and Juicy J fans. Which he grew up like he was.
Yeah.
Like Russell's about 40, so he's like, you know, he was like high school at that point. You know, like that was right when he was like 16, 17. Like all that shit coming out. Like, yeah, what a time to be alive.
Oh yeah.
And yeah. That's a great fucking app. Damn. But I was just
low key a lot of bangers in 2002, like for sure.
Oh yeah. Yep. And then the Raiders went to the Super Bowl and lost that year too. So
the Raiders went to the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah, the 2002, the 02-03 season.
Yeah, they got the shit beat out of them by the Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, by the Bucket. Damn. You know, Barry Bonds went to his only World Series in 2002 as well.
Did he win it?
No, he did not win. No, he never won a World Series. They went 7 games. He did okay. He didn't do that great. But the Angels beat him. It was the Angels versus the Giants.
Man, you put Barry Bond back in the MLB in like 1924.
Oh goddamn
shit, dog.
No, they would have arrested him because that wasn't allowed yet.
No.
Oh yeah, he would have been in the he would have been
no shit.
Yeah, that would
damn, that's fucked up.
No, it's fucked up. But no, like you put him back, like let's say like the 50s or 60s, dude. That's the GOAT, dude. I don't give a fuck.
It still is a GOAT. Fuck everybody else.
I'm a big believer. I'm a big believer of bringing back steroids back to baseball because we need something like. It's like every player needs to have one.
I haven't watched it. I keep saying it's exciting, but
like they need one designated hitter on each team that is just juiced to the fucking gills because like I would watch that,
steroid
dude.
Man.
Yeah, like fucking like get Mike Trout in there, pump him up full of venom like Bane. Just fucking
oh god,
knocking goddamn dingers across the
I want to see fucking Mike Trout the size of fucking 98 Mark McGuire. And I want to see him hit some goddamn dingers, boy.
That motherfucker grew 4 inches, dude. Like,
I'm talking about fucking.
I didn't even know steroids could do that.
Yeah, I'm talking about 32-inch forearms, goddamn it.
Like his forearms need a motherfucking. I don't know. I don't got it, but like he's got it. That's all that matters, man. Yeah, bring steroids back to baseball, man. They're healthy.
Absolutely.
I promise. Yeah, Jose Canseco's fine, dude. He's doing fights and everything, man. Jose Canseco's doing well. Like he's cool.
Yeah.
Like there's your example. They've been doing drugs in baseball since Babe Ruth was fucking eating asparagus and drinking liquor in the dugout, man. We don't play games like this is not they've all Reggie Jackson said they had greenies. Well, I don't know what the fuck greenies are, but he said they would pop them before games and stuff to do better.
Dude, that's
always been the
old.
thing,
That's
man. We
old
took it
school
away, and now
speed.
look at us.
Like, yeah, no, Greenies is old school speed. Like,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the shit. That's pretty much like what came after like Pervitin.
Yep.
And Pervitin was like Nazi
See,
meth.
I mean,
That's the shit.
they're
Like
popping off on
Nazis
that shit.
pretty much invented methamphetamine to give to their soldiers, and that's why when they went to that's why
I'm
when
trying to give it to.
they went to the Soviet Union back in the day and they got fucked up originally is because they ran out of Pervitin. So you just had like a bunch of meth heads in the woods of Russia just like coming off like fucking like going through withdrawals, having to deal
Bro,
with
getting
the
murked.
fucking Soviet Union who grew up in that shit. Like no, it was a slaughter, dude. It was, but I mean
Yeah.
that's
Imagine being in
them's the
Stalingrad and you
breaks.
run out of meth.
Like,
Imagine being in
them's
Stalingrad and you run out of meth, dog. Your whole army runs out of meth. Like, oh god, what are we
yeah,
gonna do?
dude, like
What the fuck are we doing? Boom, boom, boom. Start
oh,
getting
dude, it was.
murked, bro. It's over
Dude,
with.
Dude, it was bad. Like there's actually a story of a Finnish soldier that like wound up like he was in charge of their whole supply and like he was on skis and like he had to take the whole fucking bottle because they got overrun by Russians and he's just like skiing like high as fuck on meth and like they found him. He was like 70 something pounds. He had ate a bird. Like it was a whole fucking
Jesus.
thing.
He
But
was
yeah,
on
we are
skis
not at.
fucking delivering meth to the soldiers during the war.
Yeah, no, yeah,
What
no.
the
He was
hell?
like he was a part of a battalion, and he had the entire troop supply, and he wound up like they got overrun, and he got separated, and he was like, "Fuck, I got to stay up. I hear I'm coming." So he took the whole bottle, and he just fucking darted off into the woods, and then like when
Oh.
he wound up like blacking out. He came back too, and he was starving. Like he didn't have any skis. Like he was covered in cuts and shit. I think he'd broken a couple bones and then he wound up finding a bird, like a living bird, and just like fucking ate it to stay alive. And he wound like killed the fuck out of it, ate it, and everything. Then he wound up coming up on a camp, and it turned out to be more Russians, so he had to ski off, and he blacked out again, and he finally came to it like a fucking Finnish. One of the Finns, because the Finns were actually a part of the Axis powers during World War II. Not a lot of people remember that. But
They didn't
this
get
has been
taken over. They were actually still
2002.
friendly.
This has been 2002. Fucking
Oh yeah,
thank
yeah.
y'all for watching.
Nazis are bad.
We went way off track there at the end, but thank you for staying along with the ride. I have been Swaggy T.
I've been Hogmaster.
That's Kenny.
Thank you for
Crisis
coming
on out.
around.
All right. Love you guys.
Yeah.